sweep, baby. We are not live yet. We're not live yet. Okay.
I know.
Says,
So
please
Chase
check
is
the video resolution, the current resolution, which is not optimal. Huh? I don't know what that means.
Me either. I know I watched your the joint you dropped like a little bit ago, and that was it was fine. It had a couple like blips
Hi,
or whatever.
everybody, and welcome to the second
Sony
live
joint you
stream
did or
of
whatever.
Baldur's
It had a
Gate
couple
3.
blips.
My name is
So I don't know if that had anything to do with it. But did you have somebody come on and check your shit out?
And also the game director on this fantastic
game.
game.
We just gonna go
We're
live.
going to be showing you some live gameplay. You are going to be my guide. You're going to tell me what to do.
Oh no, we are live.
Moments in this presentation.
Okay, live it is then.
Oh man! Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy MM2K. As you can see, we got DnD Live here. I got your homeboy Projekt Storm in the house. I'm not sure who else is going to join us, but the more the merrier. We do have Stadia talking here as well, but I think he's muted.
Already in the game, and I think we're going to have a lot of
fun. I'm here. Oh, you're here? Okay, cool. All right. I suggest that everybody that's on the panel, you know, pull up your own separate stream.
A custom character. This is the guy.
If you're in the chat,
elf. I am.
Where do you have this stream from? Is this from the DnD Live stream?
Yeah, this is from the DnD Live stream.
Other characters introduce themselves.
Let me go ahead and go over to that one.
Head towards camp for a night.
Yeah, me too. I'm doing that right now.
Yep. So do that, and then guys, let me know if the audio levels are good. If we need to change anything.
By mind flayers, they put a tadpole in our heads. We are going to turn into mind flayers in 7 days,
and we'll take it from there. I mean, they're just talking right now.
Yeah, we need to do something. Now we've been out and about already for a few days, and nothing has happened to us, which is a bit weird.
What's up, AJ? What's up? We got the Guinness in the house. We got Trizza Rector. We got Roger Ling, Hydra Games. They said, Crater confirmed July 1st, y'all. What y'all think about that?
All right, so
hey, I'm looking forward to it. That's what's up. Looking forward to it.
Okay, they're getting into the gameplay right now. All right, so we're gonna mute the mics, let everybody enjoy it, and we'll come on the back end.
Okay.
And you think to be idle. I knew your kind to be fragile, but I didn't.
Let me know, chat, if I gotta turn up the volume.
Be quick about your rest. We must locate a crash.
All right, well, we can't rush our rest. An exhausted warrior is ineffective. For the people who saw the first live gameplay stream, something has changed here. This is not in the past tense anymore. It is written now in present tense, and it's not from the perspective of a singular character anymore. It is literally you making those decisions. So let's pick that one.
A cretinous notion in a complex circumstance. Do you suppose the parasites inside us dare to rest? That the Geich do not still pursue us with each peal of the bell? Take your rest. I will stand watch. Should a single tentacle split your skull, I will not hesitate to end it.
I gotta bounce out for just a second. I'll be back in a few moments, okay?
Cool.
All right.
So she's my fighter. Let's have a look and talk to Shadowheart, who is my cleric.
What were you two talking about?
Yeah, it's none of your business, really.
Wrong. Your business is mine. We're entwined, thanks to this. If we're to survive, we need to trust each other. And just to be clear, come daybreak, finding a healer is our first priority.
Okay. Let's talk about it in the morning.
We did just talk about it. Let's rest.
Alright, well, you can see how this party's gonna go. Let's have a chat with Gale, my wizard. I'm actually also a wizard, so there's 2 wizards in this party.
Go to hell.
Well, good evening to you too.
Ha! You're a good sport. Go to hell. An everyday expression. So trivial it's almost meaningless. But we've seen hell. It's real. And it isn't trivial.
Alright, well, you know what? We'll just watch the flames in silence together.
Devils, dragons, mind flayers. They used to be abstracts. Pictures on a piece of paper. What a difference a day makes. Now we have tadpoles slithering through our heads like carnivorous feti. That's not abstract.
You should maybe have some rest.
This ballet of flames invites reflection. But you're right. Let's be up with the lark. Find a healer before the wee one gets hungry.
Alright. Well, that's excellent advice, Gale. So let's go and do that. And click on our bedroll. And have a good night's sleep. Maybe we'll feel better in the morning. Alright. So, we're gonna head over there. We're actually on a mission. We heard about goblins that are in a nearby temple. And apparently they kidnapped somebody who could help us. And so our quest is to go and find that person.
Kill you, you will not even see it.
Shadowheart and Lizelle or my Yankee are getting along very well.
Dead goblins. Dead travelers.
I wonder where they were going.
Well, we're about to find out. So we failed our perception roll. Maybe the others will be more lucky.
There, on the rooftops. Fresh blood awaits.
Okay, I'm gonna put my fighter in front. And we'll just walk in as if we didn't see anything.
Get over there! Surround them like!
Alright, I know you're there. Show yourselves.
You spotted us. Good. It's like they say. No fun in skewing a pig what doesn't know he's cooked.
I hate to break the...
let me pause.
We got
okay, he's pausing.
Surrounded.
Storm.
How this goes.
Yeah.
Question for you, brother. Is this something new? Because you the tech man. You my tech guy now. I had to throw away my other tech guys. You the only reliable one, brother.
Well, let's see. Let's see if I can answer the question. If not, then I'm gonna have to call on Trizzle Rector and them, man. Get them on Projekt and all them.
Okay.
Is it something new that YouTube will only do live feeds at 720? Because I think that's where I'm getting this message.
I gained 1 inspiration point previously.
Not that I'm aware of. I'm not sure.
Roll again.
I think that's why I'm getting this message.
Press continue and we'll just get into combat with these.
I can't do nothing about it now, but for those of you who are watching the live stream, I deeply apologize. It's in 720 right now.
3 of them.
But hopefully, if you watch this on demand, it'll be it'll be 1080.
For people who saw the live stream,
my deep apologies.
At the end of February, we have changed our initiative system, and the way that it works now is that you have a more traditional turn order, but whenever there are party members that are next to one another, you will be able to command them whatever sequence you want. You'll see how that works in a second. Now, I need to get on top of this and make sure that these guys don't have the high ground on me anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell Lizelle to dash. So I'm going to give her a dash.
I love the fact that there's actual gameplay, man.
Oh yeah, Larry don't play. They don't play, and I love the scale. I love the vertical scale of the game too, man. This is dope, brother. This is dope.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for the tracker now. I don't have enough actions to hit him when I arrive. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to use my action search, so to get an extra action. All right. And now I'm going to manage to go over there and smack him. And hopefully that's going to be a good smack. And we'll have got rid of at least one archer. Yeah, it's a good smack, but it's not good enough. Alright, next one. Keep on shooting those fire arrows at me. But I did manage to do a saving throw. When is she's gone? She has a create water spell, so I could does it, but... Right, what I'm gonna do... Oh, this is gonna be painful. So you see the red line on the floor? That is basically saying it's dangerous terrain. It's all dangerous over here. I'm gonna move over here. I'm gonna cast Misty Step, which is a bonus action. I'm gonna do it approximately over here. So I go on the roof. And I need to make sure that I don't die right away. You think, Nick, I'm gonna survive this? Yeah. Right. So this is a little bit... Man, I still need to move more. Ah, shit. And now he's got an attack of opportunity on me if I move. Alright, well, that starts swimmingly. Let's see, level 2. No, it's gonna be just 1. I'm just gonna use level 1 self-stop on this guy.
This is insanity to me that they can keep
really
this battle on the roof.
Well, that works.
Look at this, man.
Yeah, at least we have 1 less.
I know.
And I did make a healing potion.
That's the verticality of it.
Yeah. Are you a turn-based gamer? I know like the Dungeons and Dragons style. I don't think is your thing. I think you were saying that.
But
yeah, not too much. But I was highly interested in this, bro.
So
highly interested.
Killed this guy.
I got you.
I played a Baldur's Gate back in the day on PC, man.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I ever got too deep into it or not. But so I'm looking forward to this.
No, maybe not.
Definitely.
She's gonna smack him, and she's gonna use a. She has a superiority dice here, so she's gonna use a push attack, and hopefully it doesn't work out very well. Also, damn, that's the second one I managed to drop off the roof. Unfortunately, the other one is on the other side, so I'm going to need to get down. Am I going to make the jump? No, I'm going to take ladder. If I make the jump, I would go prone, it will hurt, and it lose even more health. And it's not going that well, actually. Okay, next one. He's running away. And, oh no, I don't like the sound of this. I'm downed. Alright. You will never believe me, but I've done this many times. Good thing is that these guys are linked together, so you see I can now switch between them and can basically think of how I'm going to combine their powers to save the day still. I need to get rid of these guys. I need to get rid of the fire doused. I'm going to use Guiding Bolt on this guy. Actually, oh come on, you gotta be kidding me. This is going to be exactly the same thing, like it's almost impossible. Alright, well, okay, so I'm going to use Scorching Ray on this guy. Let's get closer. Right. And she still has healing word, right? So she's going to do healing word on him.
Oh, dope, dope.
She's going to be in the front line here. And he is going to use 1 Scorching Ray on this guy. 2 Scorching Rays on this guy. Another one over there? No, not really. And on this side. No, they're all dead. Okay, well, then we're just going to use all of my Scorching Rays on this guy, just to make sure. Alright, so that kills him. So that's better. She can still move in, so I'll move her over here. And he still... No, he doesn't have any move point anymore, but he can still drink a healing potion, so that's good. So we're going to end my turn. So there's 1 goblin left, so this is going a lot better now. But it is for Slizel's turn, sorry. So she's going to go over here. I don't think she's going to make it in time. I should have dashed actually, but it's fine. We won this one. Oh, he's trying to kill me. Yeah, this is basically death saving throws. So I had a successful one, so if this line gets completely blue, then he's gonna stand up. Okay, so he's dead. Well, not dead, he's downed. He is there, she is there. Well, that's, we figured out that they're both there. So, let's see. I'm going to dash with him. Where's my dash? I'm never gonna be in time. Man, I'm gonna have to use my Misty Step scroll, which I didn't want to do. I wanted to keep it for later, but otherwise my character's gonna die. And now I already dashed. Well, then I might as well go this way. I can get up this way, so that's what my plan is right now. And you're gonna dash. We're gonna dash to the help of my avatar, and hopefully we're gonna make it. Let's get over there. Alright, and then end our turn. Let's see what the guy... Oh, it's still Lizel. I wish.
Hey, this looks hot, y'all. I don't know about y'all. I'm excited. This got to come out today.
She's too far. She's too far. They're all too far. They can't get there in time. He's gonna kill my guy.
This might be the first game that makes me break out that real true mouse and keyboard, man.
Yeah. This might be it. You know. I agree, because I play most of the time when I'm playing, bro. I'm playing at my PC. So this might be it.
Can I get on? Yeah, I can get there. All right, great. So if I dash on top,
what did I miss? What do I miss?
I can reach him.
You missed it all, brother. It's over.
Man, you missed the heat.
No, the verticality. We talked about this, Chase. The verticality of the gameplay. They went from down below to up on the roof.
I can put him sleep.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Is there anything? My magic missiles? By any chance?
But check it out on. If you want to watch it directly, check it out on Twitch.
Nothing is gonna get there. Okay.
It's DnD Live.
Oh, fuck.
I've got it open on YouTube.
I'm gonna put him.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like this.
Oh my god.
Voila, now you shouldn't be able to see him anymore. At least
put a smoke screen.
And she is also coming up. Well, I hope I didn't just ruin my.
This is absolutely going to be a PC game.
Yo, look how long the smoke is lingering.
It was supposed to take. Okay, let's go up. She's dashing, dash, Shadow Heart. Dash even closer. Is there anything you can do to hurt him? No. Oh, no, you can't. Okay, next one. Lizel, you dash too. Well, I should be able to dash. It's fine. Should be okay. Alright, next one. Okay, so he's not shooting at the guy because he can't see him anymore. Good. He picked another target. Excellent. Now we're in business. Shadowheart, go and kill him. We'll do it with a guiding bolt. And this time, lethal.
Nice.
Okay. Alright, well, that went a little bit harder. He got up with 1 HP. This is not terrible. Terribly good.
What is it? This graphics.
On the rooftops.
This is in 720.
Yeah.
That windmill over there.
Let me see what it's like in 10.
A little bit of interaction with
oh my
NPCs.
god.
Yeah. Can you imagine it?
Let's not fall, so I don't kill
It ain't even done.
Alright, I'm gonna separate her, because she's still in good shape. And I'm going to let her go and do the talking with these particular goblins here, who just ignored that fight completely.
Look what we got here.
Look at the detail on the armor.
Wanting to fly. Stop this thing!
Yeah, he clearly has a problem.
Flap those wings some more, and I'll feed you a worm.
Alright.
And you. Hope you got a stomach.
Oh, this is something new. Okay, there.
What are you?
I checked it out. Oh, this is crazy. This is something new. Storm. They now they're trying to be like Twitch and they're recommending 720.
I'm release act, no. I haven't done my good deed today yet. So release act, no, instantly.
So now they're trying to buffer my live stream. They've buffered my live stream capabilities to 720.
Okay, so I get 5 options here.
Ain't that crazy? Yeah,
they're all rolls.
Not cool.
I am going to use... by now I learned that the tadpole that was planted in my head is giving me certain powers. And so I can use these powers, for instance, in persuasions, like here. So I'm going to do this.
Yeah, it's all good because most of the devices that people are going to watch on won't even really matter to tell you the truth. You know what I mean?
I'm a true soul now once again.
This is a true next gen game.
The other thing that I discovered is that
Louis Socks Louis said this is a true next gen game. I don't know if you were asking that in reference to my video. But as far as turn-based,
that means that I'm going to have a very low DC or difficulty check. So it's 4
turn-based
single problem. And then roll 50.
Dungeons and Dragons games, yes, because Larian explicitly said this can't be done on current gen hardware.
In your mind, it seems sated. The goblin's nostrils.
And it's as much as a next gen title as Horizon. What's that? Forbidden West is going to be. Because those developers also said they couldn't do what they wanted to do in the first one on current gen hardware. So yes.
Apologies, my lady. We didn't mean to doubt a true soul. We'll be off.
All right, great. So they're gonna dash off, hopefully.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
As they dash off, I'm going to rejoin my party. No, actually.
Yeah. Alakazam, you're absolutely right.
I'm gonna go and get Shadowheart. Actually,
created a war party.
Something with her, so I'm gonna send my party over here.
Oh, what happened? I missed that. I'm sorry.
So MM, he created a war party.
Here. All right. Now,
so what's that?
That's actually a bug.
Basically, it's where you take.
It's still in development, so you're gonna see some bugs.
Think of it like this: you played an MMORPG before, or just an RPG in general. You have your guild, and you can basically group up.
Oh, okay.
You start getting into 4, 5, 6 people in a group. You're dealing with a war party. Basically, multiple characters can take actions against.
Or whether we're going to go into the
an enemy or a player.
That's something that you should start thinking about. So she has a problem.
We should keep moving.
Okay. Mind you guys, this is alpha.
Nothing.
This is still alpha.
Of the light. But something
this game ain't done with the graphics. It's only going to enhance.
What's up, Ashes? This is only alpha.
What makes you think that?
Let's just call it intuition. We should keep going. If I spot anything, I'll let you know.
Right, let's try to.
At the beginning, though, you only have 7 days.
I'm listening. So easy.
7 days, MM. That you gotta handle your business.
7 days to handle. What do you mean?
Before you turned into a mind flare.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. You'll understand when you see it.
The race against the clock. That changes everything.
God damn.
All right. Well, still have the gnome to help, so let's see. What should I sell? I'll take myself for this. Actually, no, I'll take those two for that.
That was what I was curious about. I wanted to know exactly
I'm obviously
were you racing against the clock?
So I'm doing things that I
what was the situation? Who were you fighting? You know, what was the whole premise of the game? And the whole premise is you got one of those tadpoles in your head, and if you don't get it out, you're done.
Yep.
Okay. So when they say 7 days, do they mean 7 actual days, or?
And let's go.
And whatever the timing is in the game.
Okay.
What days are?
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna be.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay.
That is.
I got you. Wow, that's insane.
That's with our friend here.
Yep, Play Unit. He said Kratos just announced as July's pro game. I wish they would have announced that after this, so we could have caught both. But that's fantastic.
Right.
So we could have premiered both.
Those postulant thugs. Well, get on with it. Whatever you are.
Okay. I'm gonna ask him. Get on with what?
You saved me. Now you'll extort me. That's how this works, yes?
Usually does, yeah. But you know what? You owe me nothing.
Nothing?
Okay, I can extort you if you want, if that's what you want.
You're teasing me now. I'm certain of it. Take my pack, if you can find it. The only reason those goblins caught me was its weight. I'll travel lightly from now on.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, you do not look like a surface creature. Why are you here?
Ignorance is alive and well, it seems. Not every deep gnome dwells forever in the Underdark, you know. I'm in search of a friend. I fear he's in trouble. See this? I gave it to him years ago before I left home. I found it round the neck of a thug in Baldur's Gate. It was speckled with blood. My friend, nowhere to be found. But I still have hope. I'm heading to his home in the Underdark to discover what happened. I always help my friends. On that note, I bid thee farewell. If we should meet again, well, we will have met again.
All right. So he's an interesting character because he could become a camp follower. We'll find him back if we head into the Underdark, where he will be in.
That's what I want to see. The Underdark.
Help a few times. He did tell us something interesting, so let's go and have a look if we can find his pack. Now I happen to know where it is, so I'm just going to go there right away. It's a bit dark in here, so what I can do is I can take my half-elf, Shadowheart, and ask her to go in there. So she has dark vision, and so she can better see in the dark. So if you go to the human, that's what he sees, and this is what she sees. So let's have a look in the backpack what he had. He had some smoke powder and a satchel, which is handy. Red apple and a little bit of gold. Okay, let's group these two together. And go, you can't see a thing. And get it. Okay. Cool. So we are going to have a little nap. And then when we have that little nap... Oi, is there a problem?
Right, the live stream.
You
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the best way to do it, though.
Take a long rest, can only take a short rest because the area is not safe yet. So let's try to make the area safer.
Let me ask you guys a question because of the rapid movement in this game. You know, and the different things that you have to do. You think this is going to be a keyboard and mouse only game, even on Stadia?
Let's go into sneak mode.
I hope not,
mode, you see that
because there's some users like myself that can kind of manage everything with the controller. You know what I mean? Like,
there's nothing obscure.
I don't know. It depends on how complex it needs to get real fast. That's my take on it. Right now, it looks like something I'd be able to do with the controller. Like, I can see the right thumbstick being the mouse cursor thing and all that.
So here, the best thing I can do is actually hug the shadows, and as I move outside of the shadows, then you see that I become less.
It doesn't have to be. I'll tell you that.
Has been drinking.
You want my honest opinion? The best experience will be the mouse.
Yeah, that's the case. Yeah, that's the case on every single game too. You know.
That was a critical,
but
so it was very, very easy.
I'm sure they'll have options there for it.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Let's go and try to have
because if you think about it, CCU. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, they're gonna have to have. Yeah, they're gonna have to have dope controller support. And I will start out with the controller first.
My, what manner of place is this?
A patch of ground to call home. Some rest for the wicked after all. What would suit the occasion? The words to a lullaby, perhaps. The mouse smiled brightly. It outfoxed the cat. Then down came the claw. And that, love, was that. They do know how to write them in Cormier, don't they? Well met, I am Raphael. Very much at your service.
Hello, Raphael. My name is Sven. How are you doing?
Charmed, I'm sure, in more ways than one. We should have a chat, you and I, but not here. No. This encampment is decidedly too middle of nowhere for my tastes. Come.
Yo.
There.
What just happened?
Yo, transported this dude.
Nice place you have here, I guess.
No.
No, Spin coming in with the dry humor.
Lavishly. Go on, partake. Enjoy your supper. After all, it might just be your last.
And he's messing with his head?
Alright, so... You know what? I'm actually quite hungry. Literally, so I'm going to ignore him and fill my plate.
Not easily rattled, I see. Good. Makes the next part that much more straightforward.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
You know?
What's better than a devil you don't know? A devil you do. Am I a friend? Potentially. An adversary? Conceivably. But a savior? That's for certain.
Alright, well... Why don't you just tell me what you want?
Oh, a mere trifle. How dear is one's soul, really? A rhetorical question, of course, but let me venture an answer. It's worth very little, with a tadpole in your head. One skull, 2 tenants, and no solution in sight. I could fix it all, like that.
Alright, so...
Look, he's trying to think.
He's like, what's next?
I think this over.
Right?
Take all
Ashes says, holy crap, this game. I know, brother, I know.
Make up your mind before you're counting down with
The dialogue in this is
yeah, Chase.
something serious, man.
Beg, borrow, and steal. Exhaust every possibility.
Can someone do me a huge favor? Make sure you guys tweet this out. I would tweet it out, but I can't because I'm, you know, I would mess up the stream.
Gotcha.
When you'll come knocking on my door. Hope.
So it's a bargain. You either got to choose to go with this dude, and you don't know what he's going to turn you into, or you fight the tadpole.
Before we continue, just in case you're wondering, a lot of the mocap that you're seeing is not cleaned up, or everything is not 100% polished yet, so there's a couple of things here in these shots that are really not looking great. We know this, we see it also. These things will get fixed, so don't worry about that.
This dude is a perfectionist. By that comment, he's a perfectionist, because this looks great.
Yeah.
Mocking tongue.
It does.
Can you imagine though, this is why Larian, when people heard they were doing this game, got so excited. Because their attention to detail and how much they put love into their games.
You'll soon have to do without. All those pretty little symptoms, sundering skin, dissolving guts, they haven't manifested yet, have they? One might say you're a paragon of luck. I'll be there when it runs out.
Well, I see some items.
He's like, okay.
food today.
You're on your own.
Pretty cool. All right, now something happened to us. We need to chat about this. Let's talk about
That's crazy,
Shadow.
bro.
What do you think, Shadow?
So, this Raphael, he knows our secret. He claims he can help. What do you make of him?
Run. What's that video, Run?
You know what? We'll leave that to chat, actually. I'll let you vote which option we're going to take. So you pick 1, 2, 3, or 4. We're going to try to have a good relationship with Shadowheart here, or a bad relationship. It's up to you guys. Go for it. So 1, 2, 3, or 4.
We would like to pause the stream very quickly.
I would say it 4.
We'll pause the stream while the chat is deciding. So 1 is help, no matter the source. 2 is I'm not so sure. 3 is he's a devil, we shouldn't trust him. Maybe we should tell chat in the responses that they can see what is what. And 4 is wisdom, and we're going to read her thoughts, what she wants to hear from us. But we'll give in to the dark powers as we do so. So think wisely about doing that. Obviously, you don't really are playing, and so you're just going to put me in trouble. But yeah, well, you don't necessarily have to read her thoughts. It's very...
It has a limit on characters.
There's a limit on characters, apparently, or dialogues are too long. In the new polls, so
hear the music.
We're going to shorten them. So 1 is help. 2 is not sure.
There's something wrong with his mic, though.
Don't trust him.
Yeah, it's cutting in and out.
Her fault.
Black Kai in the house. What's up, Kai? How you doing, man?
Coming up, and then we are going to pause the stream.
Kai,
if you want to hop in, brother, hop.
So vote wisely.
Hold on, I got a few people. Let me see. I got.
So what do we do? That's a question.
Roll.
Got him.
Yo, the game has me. I'm already into the damn game, like it's already out. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
All right.
Send him the invite.
Okay. And then once you're in, Kai, let me know, brother, so I can give you access to the room.
Yes, I can talk.
Oh, damn. I didn't give access to Eddie. Hold on.
Yeah.
I know Eddie said he might not be home, but...
Can bring me back. Okay. So, I see that there's a clear winner here. We're going to read Shadowheart's thoughts. So, obviously this is going to be a roll of the dice, so it is up to you guys. Let's do that. I think I can go ahead for it, right?
These dice rolls, man.
To continue to wait.
It's a gamble.
Right, it's an average roll. You just need to get it 10. So I guess I believe in you, chat. I'm pretty sure you can do this. Very, very narrowly. But you managed. All right, let's see what she's thinking.
Anticipation. She is testing you somehow.
That's dope. That's dope.
So,
I like that.
What was the second choice? Don't trust him? So we'll pick that one now. He's a devil, we shouldn't trust him. Or we can actually follow up and say, it seems like you have a particular point you want to make about Raphael. Now, I think that's probably the ones you would pick, chat, so we'll do that one.
Actually, yes, you're right.
He says I can try.
Very
Duncan.
intuitive.
Okay.
Clearly the devil was
Duncan
trying
wants
to
to
sow
get in.
doubt
Let me
among
send
us.
Eddie a chat.
I know people who work much like our new
Where's
acquaintance
Eddie at?
does. You don't need a scourge or a rack to break people. Fear and self-doubt are sufficient. When actual pain comes, the victim's already done the heavy lifting for their torturer. There were no right answers with that devil. He was toying with his food. Us.
Alright, well...
Let me see here. You go look for
Kai.
Kai.
Made the right decision then.
Perhaps you didn't. See? Sowing doubt is an old
Andy
trick.
Morphs. Big up to
Watch
Andy
out for
Morphs.
it.
Let me add
And for
Andy.
Raphael.
Okay. Well done, chat. You've
about to
increased the
get
approval
lit.
rating of Shadowheart.
Real quick.
She likes you a little bit
He's
more
in
now.
here, so I think you can give him access.
You said Kai's in here?
That's progress.
I see him on the online tab.
Yep, I see him.
So,
yep.
it's time for the one-woman show that is Lizelle. She is a very powerful fighter. She can do all
Now,
sorts of
Kai
things.
was an
We're
original
about to find
doubter
out
of
a few
Baldur's
those.
Gate,
I can
wasn't
find
he?
my way back because my
Because he was always so
orientation are notoriously
Button
bad.
sold on him.
Okay.
I think he is now, though. I'm just going to tell you.
I can just click.
Tell you when he sees some of this ish, I know how he is.
So I'm going to head to.
No, did you see where when they were walking, how there were outlines around certain
and
environmental
we're going to do a
pieces?
preliminary vote.
I missed it. I was trying to do something.
Are we going to head to the Underdark?
Those are probably the things that you can interact with to like affect an enemy.
And kill a hobgoblin named Dror Raxlin. Now, it is a cool adventure, the hobgoblin. I know you're going to vote Underdark, but I'm going to try to convince you otherwise. So that's why Lysel is going to infiltrate a goblin camp, show you a little bit of it.
He's infiltrating?
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
See what your intentions are.
What's this? Show me.
Right, I know what your intentions are. Let's see if I can change your minds by the one-woman show that is Lysel.
She's about to kick some ass. I'm telling you.
Goblin camp here. I see Goblin camp is going up. Maybe it's there he goes. So over there, there's a guard. He's.
Okay, let me send him a message.
Oh no! This happens. There's a terror in the weave. All right, this can we.
Sorry, that gives us time to reflect.
No.
I'll tell you how I'm reflecting. Give me the damn game tomorrow.
Rather fast.
Bro, let me tell you something. When you know, this is how we were talking about setting our own expectations.
So can they hear me?
When they didn't announce that the thingy wasn't coming that day, last Saturday, I was so hurt.
So what I'm gonna
That's how bad I wanted to play this game, man.
In development, so this is what we have right now. I'm going to set everything up so that we're back where we were. And then
IGN's doing let me see if IGN's doing it on this too. I want to see how many people
continue our journey with Lysel.
How many people are actually watching them.
It's a fairly stable build, but it had 1 or 2 crashes that were random, and this is one of them. So that is unfortunate. This is why we're not releasing it yet. There you go.
12,000 over on IGN.
I admire the people that are voting for Goblin Camp. You're doing
and for an indie game, that's not terrible.
Team Goblin Camp, I would say.
That's crazy. Right. That's still crazy. Yeah, that's a lot. Let me see.
I'm still loading up. So that's what's happening behind the scenes.
Do I have? I think I have it. Dealing with you guys.
Goblin Camp actually is more votes than I expected. Still changes happening in there. I'm almost ready. I'm setting myself up. I have a whole bunch of cheat keys in case this was going to happen. So I'm just using all of them. And I'm going to get my camp over here. Just need to go back in here. Alright. Okay. I am, in case you're wondering what's happening right now, I am mass slaughtering a whole bunch of goblins. The ones that were on the roof. As I'm setting myself up in exactly the same position that we were.
See what you're doing though, Sven. You tell me you're slaying goblins. I want to see it.
Yeah, we want to see it, brother.
I need 1 more minute. Okay, and then I'm going to leave the guy at the windmill. So I'm just going to take.
So while they're fixing all this, man. So what have you guys seen so far that that really was jaw dropping or you know, have you seen anything disappointing or?
Hey, everything I've seen so far has me into the game world. That's why I'm not even talking right now, man. Like when I saw that devil, it was over for me right there, man. That's why I wanted them to go down to the Underdark and all that stuff to see let's
hope it doesn't crash anymore
in the world.
So I'm pretty much in the same position. I did have to use
I was done with that, man. The storyline just seems like it's gonna suck you right in.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna make this incredibly insane jump here. It's going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you.
And then the smoke effects, man. You know I'm a graphics type of dude.
Jump. This allows me to.
Man, I'm just looking at every little nook and cranny.
And this is going to allow me to do it.
That's crazy.
And that way, I'm going to bypass.
That's an ability. Oh, look at that! So you get access. Yeah, look at that.
Now I'm going to do a mini jump.
Yeah, look at it. Look, check it out.
And what I'm going to do.
Kind of seamless that was.
I'm going to put the game in pause mode. So. At any moment in
you
time,
don't do this in RPGs. It just doesn't happen.
Right.
Especially in turn-based RPGs
much finer control
this.
over your actions, and so you have
not
time
in any
to think and
play.
plot what you're going to do. And in this particular case, actually, my plot is to get on this side, and I don't want the advantages that I got from my psionic jump to just disappear as I'm walking around randomly, looking for a good position to jump from. That wasn't really a phrase, but it'll become clear in a second because the Githyanki psionic
he said
jump,
he's trying, but he can't get into the voice channel.
A condition that triples my
jump. You have to give him unique permission to the voice channel.
So as I'm moving,
let me go back.
Mini jump. There we go.
Jesus!
Hold on.
Yeah, because I was having those issues too. Just trying to get everything settled.
I'm out of movement points, so I have to give
Discord for you, man.
The world is now going to do its movement. There's a guard over there. I need to bypass that guard.
Stadia
so
member.
That's my goal.
Stadia dosage panel.
It's my turn again. So the world has moved.
That's weird. He should have.
It's on cooldown. I know. Sorry, that's fine. Because I can actually do this.
See if he can go into any other.
Whoa. Whoop. Okay. That was not the action that was linked to it.
What's up, everyone?
We'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm trying.
Don't worry. When it's my turn.
Nothing's happening. Go into.
All right. So it took a turn for me to get up again. Let me see if I can sneak my way through here. That cost me actions also. Let's first see where he is. So he's standing over there. So he is. Let me see his cone. So I'm going to have to wait here for a second. For some reason, I'm not seeing his cones anymore. So that's my. Here. I'm just gonna wait. There he is. Okay, this is my shot. He's going over there. So I am going to go as fast as I can, closer there. But I'll stay hidden, so that when should he spot me, I still get a chance of rolling a stealth check. All right, this is the tricky part. So let's just hope he doesn't turn around. So he is looking low. Okay. All right. And let's go up. Okay. And now, one more turn. One more turn before I can actually steal from him if I want. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna shove him off. I'm gonna shove him off in that river.
Projekt, he's gonna push him off.
Yeah, I see it. Let's see. Oh, gonna kick him.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
She's about to kick him in.
So that vision cone just bypassed me. This is kind of cool.
Damn, you took too long, homie.
And since I can't shove him off, to win time, I'm just gonna announce my presence to him. What are you doing? Alright, so let's see. I'm gonna use my tadpole power to let my enemy pass.
If it was that tricky with keyboard and mouse, man.
Roll. 10. Okay. Intimidation check success. Alright.
The tadpole squirms in your mind. It seems.
Oh, there he goes. Okay. Alright, drag him down.
Bye then. Yeah, a bit of an anticlimax, my friends. But I am on a
Kai, what's up, brother?
At an exact time.
There it is.
There it is. I was worried. What let you?
Just going to
click in?
Continue and talk to these friendly kids over here.
I got in the regular one. And it was no problem, but the one that y'all ran, I couldn't go.
Give him a good kicking. He deserves it.
Let me check.
Well, I'm a good Yankee, and I don't really care about this guy, so I don't mind. I'll kick the corpse.
What the hell?
Yeah, right in the
Damn
nashes.
details on these characters.
You're all right.
What did he do to deserve that?
He killed my mum and dad. Made a bloody orphan of me.
Yeah, if you got Stadia dosage.
Okay. So, well,
Stadia
I'm sorry for your loss, I guess.
View, channel,
I ain't
connect.
bothered about it. Better off without them. Stupid old geezers should have put up more of a fight. Don't mean we can't enjoy putting the brute into this prick a stick
Can stream into the channel. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's have a look what he has on his body. Now you notice that there's a red outline around him, so that basically means that he's considered the property of somebody. And in this particular case, it's our friend 8.
I killed him.
That's weird. Okay.
All right, 8. I could obviously give in to the tadpole again, but I'm just going to try to intimidate the kid. Not necessarily the most noble thing in the world. He's 7. Should be easy enough. But there's a chance. An 11, so good.
Take him. I'll just cut your throat when you ain't looking. And get all your stuff then.
Alright. Well, the fact that we introduced ourselves to the guard and let ourselves... Oh, sorry, I need to check what he has. I also made a very big friend in that little kid over there. Let's go forward. And see another scene in which I'm going to let you take all of the initiative. I'm going to make one dialogue choice here, and then it's all going to be up to you.
Hey, Kai, were you able to see any of it so far?
And then we'll see what happens.
Oh, yeah, I've been watching the whole time.
I'm going to talk to this man here, Crusher.
What are your thoughts so far?
This game is... man... This is D&D. This is a good D&D. I wasn't skeptical of it before. I wanted to see gameplay. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see gameplay so I can see how solid it was. And I got the gameplay that I wanted to see, and I was like, bet, I'm gonna run with it.
Things are changing.
Yeah, same here, man. Same here.
All right.
You better learn your place. Go on. Kiss my foot.
I just can't believe how
Or I'll kick your head in, slug
detailed
face.
it is already.
Right.
All right, chat. It's
That's
up
what
to
I'm
you.
looking
1,
at,
2,
man.
3,
I'm trying to
4,
find
or
all the
5.
visual
It is,
flaws
you
and all
gonna
that
be
stuff.
serious?
That's just me. I'm looking for
Kneel
everything. I
down,
know it's alpha, right? Which
Yeah.
I'm just looking at this
Intimidate
point right
or
here.
attack.
Like, damn, if this is alpha, I can't imagine when, you know, when the game actually gets polished up and goes gold and stuff. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
So interesting little tidbit. They changed the Cyberpunk 2077 webpage.
All right, poll is up.
And you cannot see
I'm curious about this one.
the Stadia. I mean, yeah, the Stadia logo
Right.
nowhere.
Well, I guess there is no choice.
Really?
No doubt here. It's going to be intimidation. How about you kiss my feet instead? That's not the easiest choice in the world, so we
Might have to
roll
discuss
14.
that one later.
Yep.
All right, let's try it out.
Not right now.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Might
we
have
got
to discuss that one
number
later.
right. We got the 4 right.
That's
we could
that's
use
still
our
a few
inspiration
months
for
off.
it. I could ask you, but I won't because I'll need it later. So I'm just going to click continue and we'll see what happens. Your next choice will be.
You want your teeth knocked in? You ain't got nothing on me. So kiss my foot.
All right, chat. Kneel down. Not a chance. Use the tadpole or attack. Up to you guys.
I like the voice acting. It's not cheesy.
Yeah.
I pay attention to all this stuff, man.
Yes, that is the chicken that you're seeing in the background there. I'm just waiting for Nick to type in all of the questions.
You notice when you're in this holding pattern
lightning speed today.
environment that was behind where it was everything was moving in real time and acting, it's still happening.
Turning that fantastic rulebook into the video game rules.
Right, right.
It's not just like this is like a screen moment or like a cutscene.
Absolutely, Chase. Good catch on that.
The goal of making it a very fun video game.
Look
Now, you'll
at
soon
homie
get your
walking
hands
up
on the
behind
game in early access and you'll be able to tell us what you think of it. how it
Yeah,
feels.
right. And you just think for it to be turn-based.
Yeah, look at him.
Obey me.
Damn, normally turn-based. The turn-based I'm used to freezes every damn thing. I need to jump into some more of these modern ones, I guess.
You will obey me, and you will kneel.
Just 4.
All right, target of 4 should be a very easy roll. That is like what? Oh.
Gotta blow it. He's done.
All right, chat. Well, we could use our inspiration point here. Actually, this would be a really good moment to
So
use it.
when you so what's the purpose of the roll? I know that's integral to D&D, but help me
that
out.
inspiration point later.
You get what's called a target roll.
Right,
That target's
so-
got to be either at
Oh,
that
this is
number
really
or
rough.
higher. And if you
Okay,
go below
initiative
it,
roll
you've
was the
lost,
highest,
you've lost
so I have
roll.
to
Okay,
start at the initiative
what's
roll.
results and you
So
lose
I'm
the
gonna
roll?
try to smack him down, and I happen to know
Can't
if I
take the
smack him
action you were
down, we
going
still
for.
will have one last chance.
Now
I
his
think
only
we
his
deserve it
only
because
choice now
we
is
didn't
he
want
has
to give in
to he has
his,
to engage in combat. He has
bullying,
no
so
choice now.
Let's
I got
teach
you.
him a
I
lesson.
got
he
And
will,
Chase, does that have something to do with the
not forget.
tadpoles?
Let's start with a superiority dice attack.
Oh, that's just
Yeah,
in
that's
general
basic
D&D.
D&D.
And hope that we're gonna hit.
Dude, I haven't
That was
played
an
it.
attack of opportunity on
Dungeons
Oh,
the
he screwed up. He screwed up.
Let's try my superiority attack again. Yeah, excellent.
Damn.
All right. I just need to get him to 50% of his HP, so is there another attack opportunity waiting for me here? No, I can probably make it. So I'm gonna do my action search. All right. Just saying that we're in the middle of a goblin camp. There's all kinds of goblins over here. Some goblins even came. They're not joining the fight, they're just clapping and watching what's gonna happen.
He's basically got a group
All right,
that's just
let's all
watching.
pray that this works out. It did work out. This is very good.
Wait! I yield! I yield!
Damn right, Crusher. Are you ready for it, Nick? Yet another vote. All right, help him up. Tell him to kiss my feet, kill him, or just ignore him.
Oh Lord.
Tell him to kiss your feet. Everyone's going with 2.
Nope. Right? 2.
Oh shit.
How can you tell what everybody's going with?
Nah, you can see it in the Twitch chat.
Oh, in the Twitch chat.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Twitch chat has it. YouTube as well. I think they're only using Twitch though.
And I think I can just read it from the chat what you're gonna do. Clearly you want to see him kiss your feet, and you are 100% correct. He deserves a lesson.
Yes!
Spin is amazing.
Yeah, right? Come on now.
The look of surprise on that goblin's face.
No.
This is interactive.
Chad.
This is how you interact with your viewers.
Finish him off.
Look at that. He actually did it.
Oh, no, you know what? I'm sorry, I keep bringing up Cyberpunk. They didn't change the main hub. It's still the same, just the date.
Oh, okay.
And I will shut up.
Don't finish him off.
Nah, you're good.
They're like, shut up.
60-40.
Good. It's a little bit of airtime right here anyway.
Okay, well, it's going up.
They said foot fetish is going hard.
On the ground. Completely humiliating.
Arrogant pig.
And we made a friend for life, I think. All right.
That's funny.
Crazy deranged.
Let's see what she thinks about it.
Proud of yourself? Beating a drunk man? What a hero.
I love the communicate the dialogue in this game. I love it.
Right.
Not crusher.
All right. Well, that was a small intermezzo. As we are heading this way, what time is it now? Okay, I just need to make sure. I am running behind schedule, so I need to hurry up. We're gonna go in here.
You brother.
And I'm going to do my final tease for the Goblin Cave, and then I'm gonna let you decide where we're heading. All right, let's go up. Up.
Now you saw the white outlines on the environment?
Yeah, I saw it.
That's what I was referring to, MM.
But not dead, more's the pity.
Okay, so these guys have been drinking where this is a zone where we're not supposed to come, even if we went through. I'm going to jump here because the designer told me that it was a safe place to jump and that it wouldn't wake them up. I'm going to go into my sneak mode just to make sure that as I pass them by, they're not going to wake up. Go head over here.
This is so crazy.
Come on now.
It's tight.
Come on now.
We discovered something over there.
Come on.
So that's actually good. So this is a wall, and this is a sword. That's not the best weapon to use on a wall. So
All right, I'm
let's
eating
take
lunch,
something
you
that does
guys.
bludgeoning damage, like my big war maul.
Wow.
All right,
Yo, the
let's try my
glasses?
hammer on this.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that makes a lot of noise.
It's killing me. What's all that noise?
All right. I think I'm going to use my tadpole for this one, just to make sure that he goes back to sleep. Yeah.
It's 2. You better hit that, man.
2. If I miss this, then yeah, there you go. 1 + 1 is 2, but an 11 is higher than 2.
Here's the tadpole ability. Now that's what I was talking about.
Twice, boss.
I'm right. I wish I could do that.
Good night.
Just go back to sleep like that. Alright, now they're a problem clearly as I'm trying to destroy that wall, so but they are sleeping, they are drunk, and we learned earlier on that we get a critical when we do this, so I'm really sorry for you, friendly goblins. That's 1.
Oh, damn.
And that didn't wake him up. And that's number 2.
Oh.
And that didn't wake him up either.
Oh, wow.
You should not be drinking. That's 3.
Damn.
That's fire wine. Fire wine is flammable. But we are only interested in this one.
That's crazy.
So let's get in with my hammer. And
Picked up the wine so he could when he gets in here.
The goblin camp.
Ah, so he could use it for the fire.
And see if you guys are interested in exploring this place further. So this is a secret entrance, of course, so you are going to get spoilers on this stream, but it's a big game, so don't stress too much about it. So there's a lot of verticality in the game. We can actually do all kinds of things from here. If we want, we could start an attack. So these guys are going to push that guy into that spider. There's some spiders over here, so I can just basically take my arrow and start deciding to attack them. I'm not going to do that because
sorry, I mute my mic sometimes because I'm eating a sandwich.
Oh, no, let's get interested. I just want to show you.
While I heard you respond to the stream, I was eating some more Jamaican meat pie, so I had to mute myself.
Crying eye over there. Let me jump over here and go into sneak. Indeed. Thank you, Nick. All right, that's the hobgoblin that we would murder if we go for the hobgoblin. That's a dead mind flayer, and he's about to do a ritual which is called Speak with Dead to discover the secrets of this mind flayer, and I could be participating in this.
My wife just got a book called Dad Jokes.
Camp. It is the time to vote. Are we going to the Goblin Camp or the Underdark? Know that you know what I'm going to be doing in the Goblin Camp.
Oh, the Underdark.
So, click that button.
Yeah. Vote for the Underdark. I swear to God.
They will.
I know you're going to vote
will.
Underdark, so I'm just heading back already.
Underdark.
Yep. Come on, Underdark.
Sneak is spitting that. I don't need to.
I don't give a shit about this goblin stuff. I'm sorry. I don't.
Where's my button?
Well, we done seen the goblin stuff enough. Let's get the Underdark.
We don't need that.
Nice. Well, backwards actually in this particular case.
Yeah, there we go. Come on.
All right. Say it again. Oh, it's tighter. They were tempted. Chat was tempted. Alright, but no, we are going to the Underdark, but this is much closer, so I think I did a pretty good job of trying to convince you to continue to Golden Camp, so this is good.
We would have kicked your ass, Finn.
Alright, so...
Right?
Actually, I could have seen over here, this is the cool thing about this game, alright? So this is an entire scene, I could just shoot this guy over here, and then all of this would change differently. This makes it all very cool. Don't worry, the Underdark is also very cool, Goblin Camp. I'm very proud of you, you did really well. We're going to get out of here. We're gonna take a official route here, this way. And what's the time? Yeah, I'm gonna skip one scene here. Just gonna introduce you because this is the DnD live stream, and many of you obviously have Volo's guides. So we have Volo in the game. He is a character that can become a camp follower if you play your cards right. One of the things that you will need to do is get him out of the particularly problematic situation that he finds himself here. Because yes, Volo has managed to get himself, well, befriended with the goblins. And that's him over here. So let's just have a quick look at what he has to say.
Crown and with scepter abraid, draw Rexlin, short work of the innkeeper made. The inn burnt to ash. The captives were many. Goblin kind had reduced them to cowering filthenny. So raise it, your goblets, and drain them with pride. Draw Rexlin, the true soul, had led you glide.
Alright, so I'm just gonna say bravo.
Who's that? Friend of yours? You up to something?
Oh, certainly not. What are you doing? I'm busy here.
You lying.
To you? Never. Come.
The people's eyebrow.
Draw Rexlin. Draw Rexlin. I am Draw Rexlin. Tumptuous. Draw Rexlin.
You broke him.
Wait. Draw Rexlin. We pray. We.
Come on, pigeon. Back to your cage.
Now look what you've done.
Alright, so we are going to head out of the Goblin Camp and head towards the Underdark. Now, how are we going to get there in half an hour? Because apparently I need it. This is Crusher, by the way, so we could have a chat with him and further improve our relationship with him. I just need to get out of here. So let me do that. And actually what I'm going to do, in the interest of time, I'm going to instantly jump over here, and we're going to try and explore this entire area and see if we can find, by accident, an entrance to the Underdark. Now, Baldur's Gate 3 is a game where exploration is continuously rewarded, and you're about to find out just how far we go in that. Let's get in here. Alright. We have a calcified web over here. So probably the most, so calcified web is not gonna unweb me. Probably the most stupid thing I can do is this, like shoot at the web with my fireball. Wait. And yes, I fall down, obviously. I didn't hurt myself, that's good. Usually
put some fire on it. Yep.
So it's very dark in here. So let's see if we can get some light. Obviously this is my human, so I want to show you how it works if you're not if you don't have dark vision. So he is going to try to find a sort of fire. There's a torch here. So he's going to put the torch on fire, and I'm going to swap my weapons here. I'm going to pick up a torch, and I will dip my torch into that torch. There we go. And now I can see better. And this obviously will help me with my perception checks and allow me to discover things. For instance, by accident, coincidentally, there is a cracked wall here, which I could have completely missed if I hadn't investigated. Let's continue our investigation, actually. Let's see what this is. A chest. Everybody would click on this chest, but you have to be careful. Oh no, that's a bug what you're seeing over there. So I hurt myself and actually broke the ladder that leads upstairs here, so I'm gonna need to do something about that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do that.
Are you seeing this?
Put those two on the top of each other. And
damn,
my ladder's a bit too far.
You got a little fallout. If you blow up the ladder, you gotta find a way back up.
And it's just too far because my wizard is not strong enough for making a jump like this. So
okay, grab one more box,
bro. To redo it and make the ladder.
No, he might be able to jump up here. Oh yeah, remember he can jump.
Put it there.
Oh okay.
No, he's trying to phone book it, phone book stack it up enough to where he can jump.
You're getting the gameplay intention, I guess.
No, it's still too far.
Really, are you kidding me? Ah, there you go.
Right. Oh, ledge.
He's certainly not my fighter. Nice wooden chest. It's locked. Luckily, my friendly designers have given me a scroll of knock. I'm going to use it on the chest to open it up. And I find a nice steel forged sword, and I'm going to show the examine UI, which Artem, who's our lead gameplay programmer, is really a fan of. And this is where I can learn a little bit more about said yonder sword. Let me jump down. Right.
So basically what he's doing is he's showing you the mechanics that are built for specific
what I can do.
characters.
Oh, actually, I need to,
you know what I'm saying?
I need to get up.
Yeah.
Like
something there that I needed.
Yeah, because he just said that this character is not his fighter.
Okay. So he's using him to journey into this area. And
let's pick that. That's a smoke powder barrel, and I need it because I want to blow up the wall. So I'm gonna just jump down. Up. There we go. I need to need to use a quick button there to fix that. Let's go and find, where is this wall? Is it here? Ah, it's here, right? Right, okay. So let's put the barrel in front of the wall. And okay, let's put it here. Okay, and let's put a nice fire to it. Right, it's a little bit further. I should have been further.
He killed himself.
Come on, Sven.
He is at 1 HP. I'm going to get Lysel here. No, I'm going to get her to go inside. Well, we can go this door. No. Okay, just showing you all this so that you have an idea of how exploration gameplay and fooling around with the environment, all the cool stuff that you can do, the things that you can find. So let me get over here. That's the door that's locked. Yeah, let's use that lever. There's always levers that open doors, and there we go. Now she can come in. So I'm gonna get her to come in also. So the game has cooperative multiplayer. If you're wondering why I can walk around and select my characters differently,
cooperative multiplayer.
It has everything to do with that, actually. The ability to play with different players in multiplayer. Everybody becomes a hero in the story then. And I just need to get out here also with her. And so you could be at different spots in the world.
Stand back. Where'd you come from?
I'm just gonna use my tadpole in the interest of time. Good. All right.
Okay. I didn't realise.
There you go.
Very sorry, ma'am. Very sorry.
Damn right.
The tadpole lies.
Damn right.
Your mind suddenly reels as
I am
bitten.
darker, getting closer and closer to darkness here.
Enjoy the party.
But at least the goblins are groveling in front of me.
How much longer we got to stay out?
Which has a Githyanki, a warrior who's used to evil Queen Vlakiv, is not necessarily something that I am against. Alright, so I'm gonna send... actually, she could use her waypoint for this. That's right. So, since I'm now in a...
oh, no, go back to the map!
I wasn't in a danger zone anymore. I can use the waypoint shrines that we scattered around the world as a way of fast travel. Okay, so what are we doing? We are healing him. A little bit more. Okay. And one more, please. Okay. So, and then we're joining them up together. Actually, she sees more than he does, so we'll just let her lead. And...
The dark vision.
Open that door. That's a bug that it's closed. Shouldn't have closed, but it did. And we made it quite a mess over here. But we're gonna step through that crack in the wall. And we're gonna step into a dungeon. Alright. And...
Careful of those webs.
Successful survival roll. Let's see. So there's webs over here. And she did a successful saving throw to get over it. Let's hope that Gale has the same success. Where is he actually? Why didn't he join her? Right, you didn't want to go through. Press Gale. Come on. To guide him.
Oh, oops, sorry guys.
All bugs. Alright, let's hope he's equally successful. Yeah, okay. We'll have to wait for a bit. As Gale. Obviously in combat this is a big problem. He could of course just burn the web and then, well, let me just do that for... there you go. Yeah, that's really stupid of course, because now he's there on the other side. So now I need to get out of here. I hope there's a way to get out of here actually. Why did I do that? Man. Is there a way out? Where? Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay. Thank you, designers.
Excuse me. Sorry about that. Excuse the pig.
Giving me the ladder to get out.
Jamaican meat pies, man.
I'm telling you.
So now I'm stuck on the other side, right?
Oh, man.
Alright, I need to get him out because there is an actual other way in, so I'm gonna tell him to go there. Where is this? He needs to get over here. Alright, in the meantime, I will go with them and we are going to check out this well over here. And group them up. And as we peer into the well...
Apart from an overgrowth of moss, the well looks unremarkable.
I am going to peer into the well. Oh, God.
Dry stones line the wall, but the darkness below is impenetrable.
I'm just going to throw a coin in.
The coin disappears into the well. After a moment, you hear a soft clink, not a splash.
Climb down the bucket rope. Okay, so he's an elf, so he also has dark vision. You are not connecting for some reason. I don't like it that you're not connecting, because you're make life more complicated for me. So as we progress, I can go and check this thing here. Alright, let's have a look. Somebody lived here. Let's have a look what he was doing or she was doing here. A bloody journal. I like that it's bloody. So I see the words Lolf, spider goddess. I see queen. I see a lot of, I like spider stuff in there. Worship Lolf. I can see where this is going. Let's see, what do we see here? I see elf. I see spider. I see transcendence. I think I know this story. So probably I'm going to meet a big monster somewhere. This is a cool item. It's going to be essential for me to survive here. It's disintegrating nightwalkers. I see the words Shar. I see the words Dar Justiciar, Moonhaven, but especially I see that they give the wearer immunity to become inwebbed, which is exactly what I'm going to need. So I'm going to equip these things and we're going to progress. So at least one character of mine can now walk through webs. What we're going to do is I'm going to test them out. Just walk on the webs. Look at that, I'm walking on webs. I'm walking over web bridges. You can't, Lysel, don't do it. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, that did it. That alerted those face spiders, actually, and ettercaps to the fact that there's somebody present, so that was really stupid. Okay. But they didn't come until here, so that's good. So they haven't seen me yet. So that's cool. So I'm just gonna stand here as he also goes and does his stupidity, because he was the one that got into trouble. And she's gonna go this way. And my idea is actually to surprise those face spiders from above with my very cunning plan. So let's get him in here. Let's have him drink a potion before he does that also. Let's see.
Yeah, he's playing that joint now. He forgot it was streaming. He's into it now. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, by looking at it, Storm, can you blame him? By looking at it,
man, I can't blame him at all. You see how quiet we are trying to soak everything in.
Did she walk in the spider pit again?
This is amazing, man.
So
it is.
And it's coming, and look, it's coming early access. This is what you're seeing is pre-alpha. It's coming early access. Even at early access, it's not capable on current gen hardware, but it's capable on Stadia, which you can get access to free of charge, along with cost of the game, $10 a month or $130. How do you beat that?
Pretty much.
How do you beat that?
And then one over there.
You can't.
Great. Let me start by. I'm gonna start with Lysel. Should have healed her first. I'm going to get her to jump close to the spider. It's first too close. Because I don't trust it. I'm just gonna shoot it right now.
When does Last of Us 2 come out? Is that today?
Great.
Tomorrow.
What about him? Okay. He is going to shoot 3 magic missiles at the spider. Oh,
or midnight tonight.
Okay, so their turn. Face spiders, they teleport all over the place. Okay, so that's annoying. Where's the other cap? He's shooting webs at my guys. Okay, great. This fight is gonna quickly run out of control. Let's see. He is standing on that spider web, so I'm gonna shoot fire at that web, and then oh, actually no, don't I have the scorching ray with this guy? I know it's the other one. Oh. Can I put him to sleep, right?
Since with some poisonous gas or something?
I can put him to sleep. It's 24 HP and I 24 on sleeping. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna make him drop or I'm gonna make him sleep? What do you think, Nick? Drop? Okay, drop. Drop it is. Shoot with the cantrip.
I would try to get up here.
Yeah, I'll shoot. Let's just do this right.
The sound like, oh, look at that.
There you go. So that hurt him heavily. And she needs to get down, right? So why don't she have? I used it up. I'm afraid she's gonna hurt herself. But she needs to get. Where's that other cap? Oh, actually, where's my guy? You know what? Give me. All right, let's get you over here.
Did they show the multiplayer port yet?
Your shoes. Okay,
nah.
Okay.
They mentioned it. They mentioned the co-op.
Shoot at everybody, and then I'm going to throw my boots.
I wonder how that works.
I can't anymore because I throw them.
I don't know, but me, you, Chase, Kai, all of us being able to play together and go attack, go venture through this stuff.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna
Super
die.
dope.
Ah, okay. Wow. 1 HP left. He certainly needs. Okay, I'm sorry, Nick. I'm putting the spider to sleep. And I'm drinking a drink. All right, next turn. And I'm trying to get this guy on top here. Okay, other cap. Put me to sleep. She's wept. Well, she can probably kill him, but I would like to get a guiding bolt on one of those. She can shoot. You think she can shoot that one?
Yeah, I can see my love of gaming slowly returning, boy.
Oh.
I feel you on that.
Oh man. Alright, I'm stressing.
Man, I'm thinking the same thing, Kyle.
Let me get rid of this guy first. Alright.
I mean, I'm basically gonna have ESO to take me all the way up to this, man.
Yeah.
Crazy that Stadia is starting to get these types of games, man.
And that's the thing. That's what we need. That's what we need. We need stuff like this.
These guys. I'm going to. Okay. You throw your bloody boots to Lysel so she can actually get them. Alright. Boot throwing has become a thing with me. So I want to use. You put on the bloody boots. Alright. I know. It's not the kind of thing that you would do in a fight. But you can. It's a game.
True. If I wasn't on the clock right now, I'd probably have me a beer while watching this.
You can go over there. So you're gonna dash. Dash. Where's dash? Alright. And you are gonna get over there. Go for it. Run. And then you're gonna do your action search. Get even closer. Take your sword. What do you mean you can't smack him? Why can't you smack him?
On the web.
Why can't you smack him, Nick?
Yeah.
Smack this. Actually, standing with one foot on the thing. Okay, kind of cool, I guess. And you are gonna shoot at this guy with your scorching ray.
Like, kind of cool, I guess. Fix that shit, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Fix that shit.
They're cool right now, but
exactly.
Webs. Whoever thought of putting webs?
What were you saying a little bit earlier before about the game? Just a minute ago.
Oh, that was good.
It was making you feel like what?
Right. Oh, who was that? You talking about me, Chase? Did I say something?
Kai said something about this game was making me feel a certain way, but I didn't catch it.
Oh no, I said I'm slowly but surely starting to gain my love for gaming again.
Yeah, man. Yep.
When you see this kind of foolishness, man, like
Lizel, we really need you now.
I know there's. Listen, let me be fair. There's people out there that are not RPG.
Right.
Oh wow!
Excellent, Lizel.
Wow.
I know.
Yo,
it hurts you.
Check out the just the level of animations that they put into this damn game, y'all.
Okay, and
like,
Gail,
it's crazy.
Gail.
She just jumped off the damn cliff, hit him.
You know what's gonna happen, right?
With a fluid animation swipe. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
I know some people aren't MMORPG people, but you still got to give love to this game. This game is.
Yeah.
Seeing it in front of you right now is something special.
It's hellified layer.
For my next bit, so I don't I doubt I'll have the time to get. Actually,
that's what I'm saying. Like
really
rehashing my love for turn-based games with Octopath Traveler. Just when you see this, you're like, damn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nice.
This is next level, man. This takes it to a whole another level, bro.
Exactly.
And.
Now you understand what I meant, MM, when I was saying like people that are MMORPG diehards.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna have to come back to the drawing board when you play this game because there's just too many layers.
There's too much.
Yeah, verticality, environmental.
Yep.
Too much.
Yeah. Then just looking at the UI, what you have, the abilities that you have access to, and all the items and stuff is crazy.
And this is pre-alpha at that.
Okay.
Right. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into that one. Oh man.
And they're so confident at what the final product is gonna do. They're so confident at the scraps that they put together so far that they're letting you play and showing you the pre-alpha. So yeah, this definitely is gonna change the game.
And it's engaging already.
Yeah.
Think about that. How many pre-alpha games you've seen like, oh, I can't wait for them to polish this up. Oh, this needs some work.
Exactly.
Yo.
Lizel, are you okay? All right. I'll get all of you out. Nick, you have to help me guide.
Get us to the underground.
Hey? Left? This one? No, that's towards the spider cave. I need to go sleep first. I use too many spell slots. I need sleep. Sleep. My time is running up. I want to get to the underground.
Man, you can make more time, man. People ain't going nowhere.
No, I want to have a long rest. I want everything. Go, guys. Go party. Who's not with me?
He's got to move.
The things you have to really account for in this.
What didn't you understand of the fact that we're gonna go sleep? All joined her. Let's go sleep. Let's just go sleep.
Oh, he was having it out with her, man.
Hey, dude, sometimes your party members do that to you.
Yeah. Stupid party members.
Okay.
Yep. Think about that, though, y'all. That could be 4 of us right there.
Brief. 10 minutes to get to the Underdark.
Don't have to worry about that.
Go and sleep right away. All right.
Oh, snap. Here we go.
Well, I'm stressing because I know they're going to switch. We are on the DnD live channel, and they're going to cut us off in exactly half an hour. So, no, in 10 minutes. So I'm going to make it to the Underdark. I'm going to have to be very, very clever about it. For instance, by going in the right direction already to start.
That helps, Vin.
I'm going to sneak my way through what is otherwise an awesome fight. And I still need to defeat a bunch of hook horrors.
Webs.
He's not gonna make it. I'm sorry.
He may not, man.
Not in 10 minutes, but he has defeated a lot of enemies and stuff. Especially if they're tough.
Alright. Who's got the boots? Lizel's got the boots. Lizel, give him the boots. Give him back. They're not your boots anymore. He needs to have your boots. Right.
Just switch items seamlessly and give them to different characters, yeah?
That's good too. I like that.
Yeah, right?
Which is me.
Because yeah, think about it. In the moment, you may need it if you're about to you're like, bro, I need to. Can you spot me for a second? Because this dude's about to kill me, man.
She's there already. No, hide.
Oh, jeez.
What the heck was that?
Big ass spider.
Yeah, that was a spider. I think he was mentioned earlier.
And he said he might have to fight more than one of these.
Oh yeah, brother, he ain't gonna make it.
Okay. All right, hold on. She's bad news. All those eggs, they can become little spiders. They're very annoying, and they're all face spiders on top of it. Okay.
Yo, but it's building. The anticipation is building up, man. Now people want to know if he's gonna make it in time. They want to see it.
Those are spider eggs.
Such a drop to make. Okay, go. Jesus, that was very close. Oh,
nice.
That was a sneaking check, which was successful. Thank God. Okay, so I'm gonna do something. You see this big hole here? You'd probably never try this out in this game, but in this game, you should really try everything out. You will always be pleasantly surprised. Bloody hell, Nick, I didn't prepare Featherfall. Alright, so...
Yo, if he falls in that damn hole...
Here. And use my Featherfall.
Yep, he is.
He's jumping in the damn hole. Don't tell me that, y'all. This is why I can't be done.
He's going down.
Yep. Yo, let's see. Let's see.
First of all, I need to find the right thing to click on. There we go.
There you go, brother. Do it.
Oh, and Battle, she spotted me, but it was too late. I'm heading down.
Damn.
Did it.
Yo, look how deep, man. Come on, man.
What?
All right. Great. We have arrived in the Underdark.
A whole
my God!
massive-ass world. A whole new massive-ass world, bro.
Look at that shit.
Exactly 7 minutes.
What is that?
Look at that floating shit.
Okay, so
I see.
right.
I'm done.
Going to sneak.
Yo,
Take my money. Just take my
a
money.
whole new massive-ass world.
Party here, but there's a hook.
That's why it can't be done on the other systems. Now you're starting to see why. You got all this shit running seamlessly real time, man.
Oh yeah, there's a spectator somewhere in the distance. I see you chat screaming about.
Oh, look.
All right, so I need to get. All right, great. I'm gonna just Missy step my way all the way to the waypoint.
Yo, that's
gonna surprise him most likely if he's possible. Yeah, made a lot of noise, but he's surprised. Please be. He's surprised. Yes. That gives me, he's gonna have to skip his round. This waypoint is activated. I still have one Missy step that I can do. I'm gonna do my Missy step and jump all the way on top of this thing here. Excellent. I'm actually don't have you. Okay. And turn. No.
God.
This is not good. He actually is calling for help.
Oh,
so we
yeah.
got one crazy wizard, trial wizard. They told me how to say trial. I'm not very good at it. What's this one gonna do? All right, he's gonna climb up. Burning hook hard. Oh, come on, that's unfair. Ha!
He's having so much fun.
He is, and that's the thing, Chase. Imagine what we're gonna have.
Ooh, that is.
Yeah.
He's in trouble. He's in trouble. He's got to run. You got to get out of there, bro. He's gonna kill you.
You could tell.
Oh no, he ain't dead yet.
He didn't die. Oh, I thought he was done.
Yeah,
I thought he was done for good.
There you go.
I need to get to the mic. And
you can tell that the team just threw him in blind. Like, we're gonna set you up and give you this right here and let you just play it. You know what I mean?
Party.
Oh man,
what do you mean you can't? Why can't you? I know, because you came over here. Damn, I'm never gonna get back in time.
Oh shit.
Oh god.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's over.
Dopeness,
I needed mirror image in the meantime.
Don't matter. We got to see it.
Right.
Who was that?
Well, we made it to the under. That's so cruel.
All right, so apparently overkill.
I'm gonna try my utter best in the next 5 minutes to still make it. How am I gonna do this? I'm gonna take my fastest character. I'm gonna leave you here. Wait, if she jumps
People are wild. They're like, wow.
Yeah,
through the spider also.
They said, to quote Fry, shut up and take my money. Yeah, absolutely.
Bro, I'm serious. Oh, how can you not be on hype on this?
Guys, this is gonna be very tricky, but I'm gonna do my best.
I've been trying to tell y'all about this game. You know how hype I've been.
You have, man. Right when they mentioned it, everybody was like, okay, that'd be dope if we got that game.
Alright,
Now?
I can't use a waypoint because
It's
I'm
a
not
necessity.
in the safe zone.
Yeah, he got under 6 minutes to make it happen, y'all.
Nah, he's gonna make it happen.
It's this way, right? Okay. I think I can get it from there.
I think they should give him a courtesy 2 minutes.
They should, man.
Think so. Oh, you know what? I can do my Githyanki psionics. I know how.
Yo.
I'm gonna do the psionic jump.
This dude, man, I could watch this dude stream all damn day, man.
Right? Time is ticking.
Oh shit, Sven, you better move, bro.
Right. Look, he's looking at it.
Alright. So it's I1? FTB. 4 turn-based mode. Okay, so.
Hey, they helping them though. They telling them.
I should be able to make this jump.
Yeah, I'm going back to play the
No, you had it, brother. You had it. You had it. There you go. Oh no, that's gonna take you to the ledge. Yeah. Oh no, because I freaking dude. There you go, brother. There you go.
There we go. Lysel, for the world. All right, she made it to the Underdark. So, and she still has her. I'm an FTB, and she still has her Featherfall, which means I can make it to the Myconid village because now I can
All I
actually
keep
jump
thinking
this
is
way.
HDR.
Just need one more turn.
Oh, the Underdark.
Good, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Those colors will be popping like a mug.
Yeah.
All right, I will make the jump over here. Now I have to be very careful about this particular jump. You guys are about to find out why.
Now, Static Fox said something interesting in the chat, and I don't want y'all. Don't go after my brother. He makes a very valid point.
I succeeded in a nature check.
Yeah,
these
I agree.
Can
I agree.
explode, and these
He
guys
says I'll be the
confuse
first
you,
one to
so
say
it's
this.
basically a
I'm not
pinball
feeling
machine
this
if you walk
game.
in it. Now,
And that's
I know this
fine,
because of the
Static,
successful nature
but keep
checks,
in
so
mind,
I can explode the entire thing.
one of my favorite developers in this realm is Obsidian. I love the games that they make kind of like this. But I do not like Outer Worlds. I didn't like that. But I knew the importance of Outer Worlds because if Outer Worlds was successful, that funds the games that I do like.
You don't know it.
So keep that in mind, Static Fox, that even though you may not like this game, this brings attention to Stadia that they surely need, and that will then allow the developers to make the game that you like.
2 minutes to go.
Yeah, he made it. Yeah, you're right. Good point on that, though.
So this
I like
is where we're gonna
he was
end
like,
our
well, I
stream.
mean, to me, I like he said,
we'll see the Silver Ring first.
It looks like Dragon Age.
Look at this.
I love Dragon Age.
I love Dragon Age too. Beat that.
Oh!
And that's the end of the stream, Nick.
Damn.
They cut him.
Yeah, come on.
All right,
That's how you get that.
I hope you enjoyed our little Baldur's Gate 3 session. We're still in development. You saw some bugs, but the game is shaping up. I'm very happy to present it to you. I think the team is very proud of
happy. Look at that
what
shit
we are achieving here. There's a lot of love and passion being put into the game. They worked very hard on preparing this presentation for you. They're continuing to work very hard on making sure that you get your hands on the game so that you can start helping us make it even better by giving your feedback. So yeah, stick around. We have an interview coming up, and that was recorded yesterday. We presented to well, you'll see when you see the interview. I don't know why I'm saying this. Thank you very much for joining us on our stream. We'll be back with more on Baldur's Gate 3 very, very soon. Subscribe to all of our channels if you want more news on Baldur's Gate 3. Thank you. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.
Gotta do that. Word.
Excellent. All right, I wonder if that interview is coming up next. If that interview is coming up next, then maybe let's listen to it. Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see. Following games may not present. Okay, we'll see. Summer. Oh, this is part of IGN Summer of Gaming. Okay, I didn't realize that. Here, let me do this real quick. If it'll let me do it, probably not. It's not. All right. So here's the thing, y'all. Until we hear more, or we see this interview, let's break this down a little bit. Before my brother's head burst, I hope the panel doesn't mind, but I gotta let Chase talk. Chase, I have no question for you. Just talk. What's on your mind?
I mean, I'm not naive, and I get it. There's people that aren't MMORPG. People that enjoy RPG genre, that enjoy massive multiplayer online games. I think it spoke for itself. You know, I think the environmental components, Again, the interactive components of being able to use the environment against your enemies. The visuals were just stunning. At one point, I'm not gonna lie, I almost shed a tear, man, because it just the game is what I've always wanted. Truly, and I mean this, like my ideal RPG is this game, because you have the option. You can go into turn-based mode, or you can do normal RPG elements. You have the
Brand
option.
new looks at what's coming to Remnant from the Ashes. Humankind.
You have the options to make movements. You don't have to just necessarily be locked down into just solely turn-based mode. So
I'm listening.
We now know there's a co-op element to it, which, I mean, that completely changes the game. Again, with ESO, that's one of the things that makes ESO so great. You can party up with your guild. There will be guilds in this. There's no doubt about that. That's pretty clear. That's what he was trying to imply. And again, I hope people got to see why dice roll matters. Because in a moment, you have to make a decision. Is it worth that roll? Is it worth it? It could be the difference between you getting an item, you defeating an enemy, or you dying and having to restart your last waypoint.
Yeah.
It means that much. You have to be really hyper vigilant and critical of your movements.
Yeah. Storm, you want to hop on that next? I don't have any questions. What are your thoughts, man?
All right. Look, man, you know, me being the graphical madman that I am, I was looking at a lot of different things, y'all. And yes, I saw a couple things. He said it, we all knew it was pre-alpha or whatever, alpha footage or whatever it is. It's in development. But I was very surprised to see the level of detail that I saw. The quality of the voiceovers and everything, man. Like the depth of the dialogue and all of this stuff that's in place right now. MM, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So some of the things that stood out the most to me was that the UI, like the UI was just simple and clean. It's like that ease of use that doesn't seem too cumbersome, you know what I'm saying, for like a person like me to jump into. The game really makes me want to go out and just buy Divinity Original Sin now and just beat the game, man.
Absolutely.
It really does.
Absolutely.
So I might just do that. And put that out there. So stay tuned, you know what I'm saying? But in the character models, man, like I said, it was so detailed. The dice rolls, like Chase said, man, had me thinking. And there's something, I knew there was some kind of connection with the tadpoles or whatever. And I was hoping it was.
The interview's on right now, y'all.
Okay. Let me hold the thought, because I got a lot to say about the game that I saw.
To achieve that, we had to give you lots of systems, and we had to give you lots of challenge. And so when we started making the world, we thought about how can we give players opportunities for getting advantage, which is an important concept in Dungeons and Dragons, because it allows you to roll a dice twice. And so verticality was one of the very first ones that came to mind, because it was very intuitive. If you see that you can get the high ground, it's logical that you'll get some kind of advantage over the enemy. So we started designing levels with verticality in mind. And then we started thinking about how can we change somebody who is at an advantage into somebody who is at a disadvantage. And that started bringing in elements of being able to destroy things, like destroy a bridge on which somebody is standing, or being able for creating a stairs for yourself by moving a bunch of boxes so that you can get the high ground. So adding an element of dynamism to the entire gamescape, if you want. And then we started thinking further. So, okay, verticality is working pretty well. What else can we do? And that's how then our light and dark system came into place. So we said, well, if you're hiding, then you are going to be able to surprise somebody, which is also something that you have in the rule set. So how can we maximize the gameplay that's built around that? So we allowed you to manipulate the lights. We allow you to have dark vision. We allow you to hide better in the shadows. Which, if you're in shadows, you are what's called heavily obscured, which makes it hard for the enemy to see you. So we started putting all of those things together. We already had an environment in our heads that was going to be very dynamic. That you could move everything around, that you could destroy everything, you could put everything on fire. And so when you started combining all of these things together, you got a very big toolbox at your disposal, with which you can change the odds of winning a battle, even if you are encountering a very big challenge. And so a lot of the gameplay is in the beginning teaching you the systems, then giving you challenges with those systems, and then increasingly making more complex tactical puzzles, if you want, in which you have to use your imagination to overcome an enemy that may be overwhelming at first, but by clever use of the environment, it's something that you can still win against.
Yeah, and we've seen that, especially with the deadly power of gravity on display in Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
But I want to talk for a second. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's just that when verticality came into play, obviously pushing people off a ledge also became very important.
This is where he does it.
Gameplay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the gameplay a little bit. We did see a chunk of it in February. We just saw another one. And there are some subtle differences. You know, I think anyone that knows Larian Studios and knows your team knows that you guys really heavily favor community feedback as part of the driving element in development. You know, when the gameplay first released in February, we noticed the narrator was speaking in past tense. That doesn't seem to be the case anymore. In addition, there are UI elements that I noticed were differences as well. So it seems like you're moving further away from like the Divinity style of it, but can you speak a little bit about those changes, specifically the narrator one? Because I know a lot of people, it was a big focal point for the community.
Yeah, well, I mean, we like to change stuff. We like to iterate as we're building our games. We like to try out ideas on our community. So we always say the game that's going to go into early access is not going to be the game that's going to come out of early access, because there will be a lot of change, a lot of iteration. So the narrator, that was an experiment where if you picked one of the origin characters, you would be able to see things from the point of view from that origin character, but also in your responses or whenever a narrator note was necessary. And so that's how the idea of the past tense came to be. We liked it, but we saw that it wasn't super popular. So we did some further tests. We then tried out an alternate narrator, and that one seems to be going down much better. So that's present tense with one game master that's doing the talking. And so it's a little bit more traditional if you want, but it works very well also. So that's one example of a change. And I think that you will see many more as we enter early access, hopefully in the very near future. And the community will let us know what they like and what they don't like. That's why we're going to early access in the first place.
Well, speaking of community feedback, there were a few other topics that the community were really passionate about. One of those being the initiative system. I know everyone's kind of used to that. Every character has their own individual system. Individual initiative system, but there are variants in Dungeons and Dragons for side initiative where everybody on the team gets to decide, you know, when they go. And that seems like the route that you guys chose initially, but based on the gameplay that we saw, the demo that you just ran, that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. It seems like it's almost sort of a hybrid system. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
So initially we went for the side initiative because we discovered that it worked really well in multiplayer. Baldur's Gate 3 can also be played in cooperative multiplayer. But there were downsides. But the fact that we made it allowed us to actually experiment with what we have now. So now you have a more traditional turn order, but if there's two or more of your own party that happen to be grouped together at a particular moment in the turn order, then you can just independently swap in between your party members. So if I, for instance, have a character called Shadowheart, and a character called Gale, and a character called Lysel, and they happen to be grouped together in the turn order, then I can first have Lysel do something, then I can switch to Gale, then I can go back to Lysel. And the advantage of that is that you can do much more combos that way. And that creates good gameplay, because finding combinations with the different things that you can have with the different classes is a large part of what makes this fun. And the really cool part is that because it's randomized and because there's a roll for your initiative, every single time you replay and you get into a new combat, you get different combinations. So you start discovering more of what combinations are possible than you would ordinarily discover, where you might actually always go back to the same combo. And so there's a lot of gameplay waiting for you there, and I think people will be pleasantly surprised by how smoothly that plays. So it's something that, I think that's the one that we're going to move into early access, and then we'll see how it works. But it's certainly working out very well for us.
That's interesting. Well, I mean, speaking of, the character players being able to sort of write their own story and have multiple replayability. I know that Baldur's Gate does have tie-ins with the actual tabletop game as well, Baldur's Gate 3. You and I had spoke about this a little bit earlier this year, but I wanted to sort of like come back to that topic because I thought your take on it was really interesting. Apparently that fans of both the tabletop, the story Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus, which is the most recent adventure book from Wizards of the Coast, fans of that and fans of Baldur's Gate 3, they'll find that if they play more, there's a more fleshed out experience. Can you speak a little bit about how you worked with Wizards of the Coast in order to sort of tie threads between both media properties?
Sure. So when we were constructing the story of Baldur's Gate 3, Wizards was working on Descent into Avernus, so we got very early copy of Descent into Avernus. And actually, as a matter of fact, one of the principal writers on this, Adam Lee, came over to our studio in Ghent, Belgium, and we sat together for very long times discussing what his story was going to be, what our story was going to be, what tie-ins were going to be possible. So there's a lot of synergy that was created as Descent into Avernus was being built. And so as you'll play Baldur's Gate 3, you'll find a lot of that back. So there's places that are mentioned in Descent into Avernus that obviously you'll see in BG3. There's characters that you will find. There's things that happened, depending, of course, on how your tabletop campaign went in Avernus or in Elturel for that matter, that you are going to see in BG3 also. So, for instance, after the events in Descent into Avernus, tieflings who have the bloodline of the devils in them are not that popular anymore because the entire city went down to hell, and so several of them had to flee the city and are on their way to Baldur's Gate. And so when the story starts, you meet a group of those tiefling refugees that are trying desperately to get.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
To Baldur's Gate, not to BG3. And they tell you what happened in Elturel. So and like this, you start discovering things of what happened there. There's strands of that story, and then when you get into BG, you see how the events that occurred in Elturel actually had an impact on the Sword Coast.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, as somebody who's played both, I know I'm going to be actively looking for little threads from Descent into Avernus in Baldur's Gate 3. But we have to go to a short commercial break right now. Stick around. There's much more Baldur's Gate 3 when we come back.
All right. So, wow, man. And I thought it was cool. He could have very easily they had a pre-recorded excerpt of the same gameplay that he did, but he actually did live gameplay instead. I think that was so cool. You know what I mean? What do you guys think about that?
Well, I appreciate it. It was beautiful watching. Beautiful watching. It was fun watching, that's for sure. I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
Your thoughts, Chase, before they come back from break? Oh, Chase.
Live gameplay always does the trick because when it's recorded, people feel like there might have been like someone tried to fix something, someone tried to hide something. When you see it in real examples of it, and it actually being played, even when there's mess ups, it's all about the transparency. It builds that community camaraderie.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, man, Larian, people gawk over CD Projekt Red. I'm not saying they shouldn't. People gawk over them because a lot of the practices they have, they don't do microtransactions, things like that. But I think the emphasis on quality and transparency that you see with Larian even rivals and surpasses CD Projekt Red, because to me, it seems like what they do at Larian is from the ground up. There's like a standard that they make sure that they don't go below. That's why you can play games pre-alpha. And I wish we saw this in more games. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I just got back on that, but it sounds like, I mean, I can definitely agree with your take on that, man, because of the level of detail that they packed into this. Seems like it's just a love letter, you know what I mean, to the fans, you know?
Yeah.
And I really do like that, man.
Yeah.
Was Chase here?
Yeah, he's here.
Yeah, just give me a second, Joe. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. So if you don't mind, I was gonna go back to some of the other cool things that I saw that stood out, man.
Yep.
Because I like, just like you, I haven't really gotten into one of these types of games in a long time, man. It's been a while. Like, of course, you play the simple turn-based games like a Steam World and all that stuff. You know, that's the last thing I was on that was kind of like that. And you mentioned Octopath Traveler or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like really amazed by the six classes that you could choose from.
Mm-hmm.
The possibility of cross save comes to mind because I knew that they had I know Switch and Steam had crossplay with Divinity Original Sin, so that's something that we could almost say as a given, you know.
Yeah.
And then like the voiceovers, like I mentioned earlier, man, like how the level of care that they put into the voice acting and the voiceovers and everything, man, that keeps me kind of glued to the game, because bad voice acting takes me out of the game,
Yeah.
And
definitely.
you know, it's just like it screams lower quality to me, so I can't really support something that I feel is low quality gaming.
Absolutely.
So then the all right, so we talked about the graphics, but look at I don't know if you're still watching this thing, but man, the level of how they crafted the worlds, like I pay attention to that too, man. Like everything seems well crafted, from being up here and going down to the underworlds. And I know that they have like the rich part, the upper class part of the Baldur's Gate, and the poor section and all that stuff. So I'm interested to see how that's going to play out, man. It's just a whole lot of different things, man. Not to go on and on, but hey, those things I'm definitely looking for, man.
It sticks out.
Yep. Hey, Kai, I'm gonna go back to I guess the latter half of this interview, and then we'll pick up right with you right after that to get your thoughts. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Let me see what they're talking about here.
Working on it. So we wanted to have much more tangible consequences to the choices that you had in BG3 than anything we've ever done before. And so we wanted the world to really change in function of of decisions that you make as a player, so that everything would be driven by player agency. And at the same time, we wanted to tell a story of a world and of the player, but also of the party, which means the companions that are joining you, and have those relationships evolve as a function of how you decided to affect the world. So that's a lot of ambitions all grouped together. Mm-hmm. And so we learned a lot from making the original Sin games on how to approach storytelling in an environment where you're basically free to kill any antagonist or any protagonist that you encounter. And so we applied those lessons. We try to bring into that also everything that made Baldur's Gate 1, but especially Baldur's Gate 2 so cool. And so I think we figured it out, but it'll be up to the player. I think that the story is being told in a very subtle manner, but it is being told as you progress. One of the tricks that we use, if you want, although there's very many permutations of this, is the fact that you can go to camp to rest. And at the campfire, there are certain elements of storytelling that can progress. For instance, we have in the demo that I showed, there is a Cambion. His name is Raphael. And so when Raphael, you can encounter him in the world, but it's perfectly possible that you miss him because you just didn't go in that direction. Then we can make sure that he arrives in your camp.
Wow.
So that's one of those little tricks.
That's what I'm talking about, the level of detail and care, man.
How we do that. We just have multiple permutations of important narrative beats, with the guarantee that at a certain point in the story, it will have been told to you somehow, right? Whether, even if you killed the entire village that was supposed to tell you the story, there will be a way of telling you, I'm going to make this up now, but I mean, like, it could be a gypsy that passes by and he's doing Speak with Dead on one of the corpses that you killed, and it's saying, hey, did you hear? This guy just told me this. Like, we don't do it like that, but there's always what we call a fallback to rely on if the party decides to murder everybody. And this is an important aspect of the way that we design our games, because when you're playing the game in multiplayer with a party of 4 mad adventurers who all dash off in a different direction, we still need to make sure that they get the story told, so that they know what to do and that they know what the decisions that they're doing, what they're about, but not also what the consequences of those decisions were, because they actually do go very far I mean, we in my demo, some Volo was there, who's a popular character in Forgotten Realms. So I can save Volo, I can leave him there, I can do multiple other things to Volo. He could be in my camp, he could not be in my camp. What he says in my camp is going to depending on what the things that I have done. And like this, there are multiple characters that are going to be joining your camp, not going to be in camp. So camp is an important aspect of the storytelling, but it's not the only one. Of course, there's a lot that's happening in the world. Even down the right, what you said in your example of having entire hubs or quest hubs being destroyed and being replaced by something else, which is pretty cool.
Right. And I mean, that's one of the things about Dungeons and Dragons, right? Is it's a game of effectively infinite possibilities. Your dungeon master can say like, hey, great job, here's a free roll. And the next time you screw up when you're trying to steal a loaf of bread, you can use your inspiration and re-roll it and hopefully get a better outcome. Now, that's something that I never really thought could work in a video game. But I think I saw it in the demo today. I think I saw you had inspiration. Can you talk to me a little bit about that system and how it works? Yeah, it was one of the dice, and as a central element in the what we call persuasion moments was very crucial in the game. We roll dice continuously. You have passive rolls that are happening if you're doing a nature check or a religion check as just exploring. But where it really comes to the fore is when you see it in a dialogue where an important decision moment is to be made. You have to decide which your reaction is going to be. And then that D20 starts rolling. And it's a tense moment because as you learn how the game works, you learn there's really true consequences to those decisions. And they bifurcate in many ways. And so maybe it could be something as important as the girl that you fell in love with. What's going to happen next, hedging on that D20 that's rolling there. And at that moment in time, it might be interesting to have a chance to roll again, like having a second chance if you gave the answer that you didn't really like. And so to gain those inspiration points, as we design our situations, we have a lot of edge cases. You have no idea how many edge cases we sometimes have. And so our designers come up with, well, if a player comes up with this or this, that's really cool. He's really role-playing their character there. And so let's reward them. And
that's how you can get step away for a second.
Point. And those inspiration points are very valuable because they can indeed turn the tide on a decision. And they're an alternative to save scumming if you want. If you want to stick to it. Now, here's the interesting thing. They're a shared resource, and you can play this in cooperative multiplayer. And you can split the party so everybody can dash off. So it is a shared resource over which you may be having some fights with your fellow players. And there are multiple points throughout the game where that potential to gain inspiration is there. But how is it affect? Is it something that every player will run across, or do you really kind of have to go out of your way, or you might not tread off the beaten path? Oh wow! Yeah, you might never have one. So I mean, like if you just go not quite an alternative to save scumming. It's true. Well, once you have them, they can be an alternative to save scumming. I mean, let's see. But getting them is really rewarding that you role played very well. And as much as we can do that, of course, in a video game, we don't have a real life game master. We're trying to make the game master, but it remains obviously a scripted scenario. Yeah, well, one of the other systems that I think I noticed today was something that I didn't know how it was going to happen. It's something called reactions. Essentially, you can take an action in the middle of an enemy's reaction, you can take a reaction in the middle of an enemy's action. Let's say they cast a particularly nasty spell in the tabletop game. You can say, well, no, I counterspell that because I don't want to deal with it. Yeah. It seems like it's hard to make that work in a video game because you have to basically allow the player to do whatever they want at any time. So can you talk to me about that? I did see opportunity attacks today, but can you talk to me about how you're going to handle like spells, that you can cast in the middle of something? So we have the UI element isn't ready yet because that is something that is still in progress. We're still developing the game, obviously. But we do have a UI where you can activate what your reactions are going to be. So it is not So with an attack of opportunity, for instance, you will flag that you say, I want the attack of opportunity to happen. So that's a clear choice for, that's going to be my reaction. But we do have things that are situational also. So if you're going to make a long drop, you might want to have featherfall happening. So that is something that you can also activate through that system. It's something that we hope is going to be ready for early access at the UI level. But it's also something that is tricky because in everything that we do, and I think that we're starting to succeed in that, we're trying to make the game accessible to non-D&D players also. So when they get into the game, they have to instantly understand all of the mechanics. And so I think with the reactions, the way that we're going to do it, it's going to work out. People are going to really intuitively say, oh my, I can do this. This is really cool. And then that'll be it, because once that explanation has happened and people interiorized it, it becomes part of their arsenal of things that they can use to overcome the challenges that we throw at them. But that UI, as I said, is still going under a bit of iteration internally. So bear with me on that one.
No worries. I mean, speaking of early access, you just mentioned it. You said it's going to be coming in August, maybe, depending on sort of the context of the world right now. I know everyone's having struggles with the situations happening, but we're kind of running out of time here. But the last thing I want to talk about is along those same lines. Baldur's Gate 3 seems like the longer it goes in development, the closer it's coming to the source material of Dungeons & Dragons. Is there sort of a philosophy embroiled in all of that, or is it something that's just sort of organically happening as you go?
It's organically happening, I would say, but it's a direction that we wanted to take. But when we started out, we were afraid of many things, and so we needed to put them into the video game to see how they played. And we're a very tactile company, if you want. We like to fool around with the game, learn the language that the game is trying to explain to us, that we should speak to it. And I have a feeling that now we understand the language and that we're starting to get fluent in the language that this game wants us to speak. And so I think, well, yeah, it's kind of a strange metaphor, but it's how I think of it. So you can see the game is making tremendous progress for the moment, as the entire development team actually understands, oh, well, this is what we're making now. And that was not what we started out making. So we go through a process of discovery to see more of as we make these things and start playing it. But I can honestly tell you, I am having a lot of fun playing it now. Like there's not a single time.
Yeah, he seemed like he had fun too.
What I gave, I rehearsed it obviously, and I came in many different situations, and I had fun every single time. I didn't go tired of it. I did it like 100 times. Well, I did not do it 100 times. I don't know how many times I did it, but I did it a lot. And I always had fun, and I always had different things happening to me, and that feels right, and that tells me the team figured it out. We know how to talk to this game, and this game knows how to talk to us, and I hope that's going to translate to players when they're going to get their hands on it.
Yeah, well, speaking of getting our hands on it, I hope I can speak for my fellow D&D nerds and fans of your work, the Divinity series, when I say I am super jazzed to play this video game, and I can't wait to finally get my hands on it. Maybe in August, we'll see.
Maybe in August.
Unfortunately, we're out of time. But Sven, thank you so much for joining us and talking about Baldur's Gate 3. Every time I see gameplay from this game, it just gets me more and more excited to actually get my hands on it. But appreciate your time.
Thank you very much, Brandon.
That was dope.
Yeah, that was dope.
Indeed.
That may be all of our Baldur's
DnD
Gate
live
coverage,
stream
but we're not
soon,
out of the
EA
Enchanted Dungeons and Dragons woods yet.
All right, so I think it's fair to say, that's what we were here for. So it's now to turn it over to the panel. Chase went first. Project Storm, you elaborated as well, gave your thoughts. Now it's time to get Kai, because Kai was a Dungeons and Dragons denier. He was triple D, y'all. He was a denier. No, let me stop. Let me. We went out.
MM is muted.
Am I muted? You said I'm muted? Oh shoot. Uh-oh. I was doing all that damn talking. And, and I was muted.
I looked at it. Yeah, go ahead.
I was saying that that's pretty much it. That's what we were here for. So we're going to turn it over to the panel. Chase, you gave your thoughts. Project Storm, you gave your thoughts. I think the team probably already heard me, but they'll hear me twice. That's all right. And Kai, who was the D&D denier, He was the Dungeons and Dragons. He was the Triple D. The Dungeons and Dragons denier. No. My brother Kai, we want to get your thoughts overall. I have no question. What are your thoughts overall, man?
I loved it. I like I said, I didn't doubt it. I didn't doubt it per se. What I wanted to see was gameplay. They released that trailer, that initial trailer. And I was hyped for the trailer. I mean, the trailer barely showed anything, but I was hyped for it. I was like, oh snap, all right. But I was like, I gotta see what this is gonna look like, and I gotta see, basically I gotta see gameplay. And, they showed a little bit of gameplay. And it was, I was still like, okay, this seems legit. Like, this seems good. And this today, like, I was like, oh my God, pre-alpha, and this is what it looks like? I'm like, I don't even, like, if this game came out right after we got ESO, I'd be like, shit.
It would be a hard I mean, I love ESO and I know you love ESO, but it would be a hard sell for me, brother. It would definitely be a hard
I would sit there and be like, how am I gonna split up my time between this and ESO? Like, I wouldn't know how to do it.
Well, Kyle, that's a good point that you made. Because I got a question for everybody. It's going to be a deep question. We're going to do it in the same order: Chase, Projekt, Storm, and Kai. What if this early access is paid for? What are
I already made my prediction on that.
Okay, what are your thoughts on that? What would you be willing to pay at maximum for early access?
I'll give them my money. That don't matter to me.
Whatever they ask.
Yeah. Yep. They can. I'll give them the checking account. At this point, my original prediction was we're getting this for free on Pro.
Oh wow!
I stand by it. Believe it. I roll with that because we've had a really, really, really close relationship with Larian in regards to this game, and this is one of the other games that I honestly believe. I know it's not going to be the case for everybody, but it's one of those other meal tickets that Stadia is banking on because they know it can't be done anywhere else until next gen hardware comes out and Larian develops that a year to a year and a half out over onto those platforms. So where is it going to be in that meantime? Only two places: PC or Stadia, if you want to play it.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be free on Pro though. That is my guess.
Amazing.
I would say if they do, I mean, if you have to pay for it, I would say they probably would price it at like a I would say 20 to 40 as far as an early access. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, look at what Ember did. Was it Ember? I think it was Ember, right?
Yeah. Ember's the only one I think so far.
Yeah. So, early access, I wouldn't be surprised if they do something like that. And I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind at all. I wouldn't mind what they put in.
Where's your limit though? Where's your limit?
I mean, shit, as long as it's not like $100 for early access, I'm like, hold up, bro. I might have to wait on that.
Gotcha.
Man, if they were going to price it, I think the highest they would go is 30.
30.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was going to say. 30. Yeah. That's a typical early access price.
Go ahead, Storm. What were your thoughts on that? What you think and what you'd be willing to pay?
30 is the sweet spot. Anything higher than that is going to be it's just going to piss people off, to tell you the truth, because it is early access. And as much fun as we can, as we saw that we can have in that game right there, they can come out with early access single player and I'll be fine with the 30. They don't even have to give me the co-op aspect or anything like that, and I'll be good with the $30, But it's just amazing. Then Chase went into the point, the fact that it can't be done anywhere else, man. And that's what just keeps coming to my mind. And some people might look at it and say, oh, man, wait a minute. how can it be done on the Xbox One X, for example, right? But it's pre-alpha. They're gonna turn on a lot more effects and add like better textures and everything. You could just bet your money on that. You know what I'm saying? But the verticality and the Underdark and all that, you saw the seamless transition to that world, man. That's the kind of stuff. And once you start turning the graphical fidelity and everything up, that's when you start to get hitches and frame drops and all that stuff, man. So yeah,
we're running that game, y'all, an SSD. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah,
so, it's a fact. Y'all.
Yeah, you got to run it. You need an SSD for this. Yeah.
That's a fact. But hey, MM, real quick, let me just throw this in here, and then I'm going to step back. So if they give me the option, early access, where they say buy the game today, even before you have full access to it, and we'll give you all this extra stuff included, which is what it would be on day one, take my money.
Okay.
All for it.
Gotcha.
All for it. Take my money.
Oh, I love it.
That's how you would convince me to give them a full price. Like, because you were saying that would be too much. They say, oh, well, right now, starting today, if you purchase the game in full, even though it's not available yet, but you pre-purchase the game in full, normally this would be $140 in content. We'll give it to you for $59.99 today.
Yep.
I'll do it.
I'll do it in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, no problem. I'll have to explain that later. I'm like, hey, look, I had to buy something.
Yeah, you know.
I'll take the hit.
Oh man, yeah, I'd be taking the hit literally. You know what I mean? But okay. So I'm gonna give my point on what I think about that, and then I want to piggyback off of something Chase said, and then we'll work in reverse with Storm, Cod, and Chase. I think I'm with everybody. I think it's gonna be around 30. Well, no. Chase doesn't think it's going to be paid for, which that's an interesting point. And now that makes me think. I'm going to stick with 30, that this might be for 30, right? But I think Chase, I'm 50-50. It's either going to be 30, it's going to be free like Chase said. And here's the thing. Now, here's my question. And definitely I would pay. Oh, shit. Yeah, I would pay. Yeah, like Chase said, if they say in advance, give us 60 now, you'll get $150 worth of whatever, in advance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat. That said, let's take Chase's side of this. What if it's free on Stadia because Stadia funded this and they made it a pro game, so
man.
But you got to pay for it on PC. What are you guys' thoughts
on
that?
Man, I knew where you were going with it. So jump right on it.
Go ahead, Storm. You start off. What do you think about that?
That's very realistic. It will piss some people off, but it would also bring some of those PC gamers on over to Stadia to try this game first over there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That would be major, MM. Now, if they did something like that, that might just be playing dirty ball, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But go ahead. I'm done. I'm done on that.
I totally agree with that. Kai, what are your thoughts on that?
So let me get this straight. So we talking about, is it coming out on PC the same day that it's coming to Stadia?
It's going to be early access on both around the same time.
Okay.
From what we understand. But what if you get it free on Stadia?
But you got to pay for it on PC.
You got to pay for early access on, Because look, Torchlight, for instance, and Torchlight, as much as I love that game, and for those that know what that is, that's the Diablo-esque, type game on PC is really big. But Torchlight is nothing at early. It's in beta right now. It's not even in alpha. It's in beta, and it's nothing in comparison to what Larian is doing with this game. And that early access is $30. And that's having all types of problems. So with that said, let's just say if on PC you got to pay $30. Do you think that's a power move on Stadia's end, or do you think it's playing what did you call it, Storm? Dirty ball?
Dirty ball, man.
Dirty ball. Or would you think it's dirty ball? What's your thoughts on that?
Hey man, you got to it's a power play. You got to they want to play dirty. They all this competition out here wants to play dirty, and all these people want to talk smack and all this other stuff about Stadia. But man, I'm gonna throw some dirt in your eye. You got to do it.
It looked like that smoke screen from the beginning of the stream.
Yeah, man. I don't even think it ever dissipated, man. I think it just stayed there. You know,
it did. It was hovering. It was hovering. It was a cloud of doubt. There you go.
Yeah, you don't see that, man. On every other game, you just see that disappear, man. Like, and man, don't get me started on the visuals again, y'all. Go ahead, though.
Amazing. Now, Chase, what are your thoughts on that? Power move. Well, let me add that to it if you guys want to add to that as well. What's the possibility of that happening? And if that does happen, is it a power move or is it dirty ball?
Great questions, man. Chase, you want to get it first?
Yeah, I mean, if they do it, it's just because, again, they've helped pay to get the game on the platform. Which is why I think it would make sense that happens. Whereas PC is an open.
Yeah.
1 second.
And thank you, chat, while Chase is getting that together.
All right. I can go ahead and just weigh in real quick.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and weigh in.
Go ahead, Projekt, and I'll pick up after you.
All right. Okay. So, all right. We already know that some kind of magic had to happen behind the scenes for this game to even be on Stadia day and day with Steam or whatever.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So people were out there saying, yo, man, Stadia can't get the games. That was the whole narrative at first, man. There's no games. The major studio, the popular studios and all that don't want to mess with Stadia because there's nobody on the platform and all this. But this is just another reminder, y'all, that a studio like Larian can link up with Stadia, who's already told us and the developers that they had over 4,000. They had like 4,000 devs sign up, and that the response was overwhelming. And so we know that these developers are ready to do some great things. Man, that's a big testament, though, to Stadia itself, that we are even in the discussion to have this game. So just to put that part on there, man, that's crazy.
Yep. Chase, are you ready to chime in or?
Yeah. So the whole thing is if they help pay to get the game over onto Stadia, whereas PC is an open access platform, there's no PC isn't a brand. It's the delivery method, right? PC isn't paying to have the game on there. It is.
Yep.
Right.
So for Stadia, it would make sense that would be part of that financial conversation is, hey, when you get early access, if that happens, we want to have it exclusively on our platform at no charge. Then when you get your game, maybe there's some incentive on our side where we work something out with you to pay you to give us some exclusive content that you can't get over on PC that's included, which, by the way, I think is happening. I think we will, when you purchase that game, you're going to get stuff on Stadia that you don't get on PC. That's not to say that you can't get it on PC. It'll just be an extra charge. That's my point.
Yep.
Be incentives behind what that deal was that they actually made with them. We won't know till the game comes out. So is it dirty? Hell no, it ain't dirty. Because again, PC's not a brand.
Yep.
We were talking Sony, we were talking Xbox. That's one thing. I could understand that conversation because then it's platform versus platform where they're not open access. It's a closed system. Stadia is a closed system, right? Other than you can play it on multiple devices. PC sure as hell ain't a closed system. It's an open access. You could have a Dell, you could have Alienware, you could have I don't know where I'm going with this, Gateway, you could have
CyberPower.
You can have whatever you wanted. Like there's no restriction with the PC. I don't think it's dirty at all, MM, if I'm honest.
Yep. Kai, that kind of echoes your sentiments, but did you have anything else to add to that?
No, I think Stadia just, they have this product, they're funding it, and I think they need to run with it. This will be the best possible thing that they can do as far as this goes. And I mean, if it is what it is. If they end up having PC be charged for having the content on, or if they want to have this particular game on PC as well as on Stadia, yeah, you need to pay for that, homie. We got this.
Yeah.
Yep. It is what it is.
Before I head it back to you, Storm, I do want to say this, that I wholeheartedly agree with everybody. I think of the great points that were brought up. Steam, people confuse Steam. Like, I find it funny Okay, I'm going into a rant here, so bear with me, guys.
Nah, go ahead. I know where you're trying to go. Go ahead.
I find it funny that people caveat and compare things to their own agenda. You know what I'm saying? They don't keep the same energy. Like we had Yong Ye earlier. He's getting attacked, and whatever. It is what it is. If you can't take the heat, don't stay out of the kitchen. He's getting attacked because when Cyberpunk, when CD Projekt Red said, "Hey, we got to delay this game again," Yong Ye said, "Take your time. I completely understand." But we responded and said, "Well, hold on. You didn't completely. You blamed PlayStation, Xbox, and PC for being inferior because the developer decided not to drop a game." I mean, let me take that back. You said Stadia was inferior because the developer decided not to put the game on a specific date. How come you don't have that same energy for the other platforms? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So people like to caveat stuff, and big ups to the brother, your boy Twiz. He had another fantastic video that he dropped this morning, man. That brother is killing it. That being said, one of the things that he pointed out is people like to make comparisons to Steam for one thing when they shouldn't make it. Like, people are probably going to be mad if you do have to pay for early access on Steam, or you do get things on Stadia and you don't get Steam. People are going to be mad if Steam doesn't get preferential treatment. And they shouldn't, because Steam is a store. Steam didn't help fund this. Steam is just a storefront. That's basically what Steam is. It is owned by Valve that, yes, they made games. But the storefront side of the business is so successful for them, they stopped making games. Y'all cry every year for Half-Life 3, and it's not coming, okay? I mean, yeah, the Half-Life Alyx, but that's the best you're going to get. They stopped making games, again, because of the storefront success. So if a storefront doesn't get preferential treatment, but they still get access to it, you still win. They're not funding this game. Stadia is. And just like how y'all say exclusive matters, y'all can't say that just for PlayStation. You can't just say that for Xbox. You can't say that for Nintendo and not say it for Stadia. So if I'm Stadia and you're listening to my psychobabble, hear this. Stadia, you get a lot of hate. You get a lot of ire no matter what you do. If you're going to get hate for doing something that's going to build the platform. And that is strut your stuff and say, oh yeah, this is free for our consumers. If you want to get it somewhere else, we ain't stopping you. But guess what? I repeat, it's free for our consumers. You know what I mean? You want it free? Become one of our consumers. It's as simple as that. So those are just my thoughts on everything. Storm, you sound like you wanted to chime in on something. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take time away from
Nah. You didn't take anything away, because that's an interesting point, man. And then we got the next gen systems or whatever that's coming out, but I still feel like the game. It's just mind blowing that the world's most powerful console can't run a game that seems so simple. It seems simple on the surface, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So again, I'm just mind blown by the fact that Stadia, and I'm not shocked, but it's just like, wow, they mentioned Stadia. You know what I'm saying? It's just something so dope about that. Like that Stadia gets this, it has the edge over everything else, like the $500 Xbox One X and the $400 PlayStation 4 Pro. But they can't even get the game to run. Yo, think about this for a minute. They can't even say we can run the game, but it can only run at 1080p. Mm-hmm. They're saying, hell no, we got to wait for the next gen systems to come out, man. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yep.
Again, that's just, I mean, so people could say what they want, but by the time this game drops, y'all, there will be so much more fanfare and so much to rave about, like in the fact that we might have an Apex already, we might have Warzone or both. We might, you know what I'm saying? We're going to have Crater and all this other stuff, new features and all that before this game will even drop, man. So it's just going to come at a time when Stadia is going to be on, like, hopefully on the high horse. You know what I'm saying? I say hopefully, but I know it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You were saying something, Chase. I'm sorry. I know you went out and you came back in, but what were you saying, Chase?
Oh, well, first of all, Discord.
Yeah, bombed out.
I don't know what that's all about. But oh man, I mean, again, I think people have to kind of pull the curtain back a little bit. I'm going to explain what I mean by this, because this is going to kind of get deep for a second. I think people have to pull the curtain back a little bit and recognize this platform for what it is.
Yo, sorry, Chase. Is Joseph right in the chat? Is he right about that announcement right there? I mean, that statement.
Delayed. Yeah. Oh yeah. You didn't see that, Storm?
Oh yeah. No, I mean, I'm sorry, Chase. Yeah, I didn't know it was actually. So it's it's gonna. Okay, go ahead, Chase. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
Oh, you're talking about the day and date. No, I don't know if Joseph is right about the Stadia part. Cyberpunk
Joseph, I'd be very careful about that, saying that like that in the chat, brother, unless you got source material to back that up.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, wait a minute, did they drop it? They dropped the news.
Yeah, they just delayed it on the other consoles. We don't know if there's a change in status for Stadia. And we got to keep in mind, I hope you're not going off the website, because they had Stadia listed as September 17th on the website after they've already had a presser that said it wasn't coming September 17th. So unless they have a direct quote that says it's coming to Stadia day and date, don't go off of that. All right.
Yeah. Fluffy clarified it. So he came in and he rolled through. I think people sometimes have to pull the curtain back on this platform. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by this, MM. And I don't know if I've ever got this deep about this, talking about it this way. You got to look at how many people, again, this game can potentially reach methods that Stadia offers, right? And when I say we haven't gone this deep, we've talked about this, but I don't know that I've said it like this. If you don't think Larian, when they were in conversations with Google about this, and Google said, guess where you can play this game? You can play it on the phone. You can play it on your desktop. You can play it on a TV with a Chromecast. If you don't think Larian's eyes almost popped out of their head when they realized how many places that someone could potentially play this, and this is, again, where I'm pulling that curtain back, the deep thought here. If you don't think Google didn't tell them what the roadmap was of when it would expand into areas or markets that Larian knows that they perform better in than maybe others. You get where I'm going with this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Larian wouldn't have made this type of a bet, because that's what it is. It's a bet that Stadia is going to take off. They wouldn't have made that type of bet if they didn't know where this was going to end up at the time that their game comes out.
Right.
So, and I'm not talking early access, MM. I'm talking about when this game launches.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So that is, I think, something people need to think about here when we're talking about this platform, and people go, oh, well, they're not getting this or no. If you're just talking about Baldur's Gate, when they negotiated this deal with Google, Google would have said to them, here's where we're at right now. But guess what? By the time your game releases, whatever their estimated launch is that they've had targeted or what they're trying to work towards, we'll be in these markets by that time. And this is, Larian goes, oh, well, let me ask you a question. And then they look at their financials and go, well, we perform better in Sweden, and we perform better in Germany, and we perform better in Italy. I'm just saying that. I'm not saying that's actually the case, but I'm playing semantics here. But my point is, if it's in markets that they're not already in already, and they're going to be there, and they know that that's where this game is going to perform the best, territory that just has a phone can play this. They don't need a console. Oh, bruh. That's why, again, it all comes down. Projekt has said this so many times, MM, and shout out to you, brother, on this. It all comes down to the bags of money.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
If they can bring in more dough from many other options of playing this game, imagine playing this ish on your Pixel device. Your Pixel.
Yeah.
Just let that sink in for a second. Again, I know we have the phones and when we played it, but again, what you just watched today, imagine that's what the only thing the person has. Let's say it's Germany. It's a person that they love RPGs. They love them, right? They don't have a PC. They don't have a console, but all of a sudden they got a Pixel device, and you tell them, "Hey, you can play Baldur's Gate on your phone."
Not only that, Chase, but not only that, Chase, but now with crowd choice.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Hey, man, now with crowd choice, you guys can determine. God damn it, we just saw a glimpse of it on Twitch when they was like 1, 2, 3. It was live interactions there, people. There were live interactions, Chase, y'all. You get what I'm saying? Man, if they do that with these same mobile devices that we know, there's billions of people that have them in their hands already, man. Come on, y'all.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I think Larian, man, and MM, I'm going to stop right after this point. This is why I think walked into that boardroom and Stadia said, "Here's our pitch," laid it out, and Larian went, "Let's look at our money. Let's look at our financials. Oh, what about these regions?" And they go, "Well, guess what? Boom, boom, boom." And Larian went, "Oh, Jesus." And you're saying that they're going to be able to play on all those?
Right.
Okay, this is kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah. You don't believe us? Take a look at it right now. We brought our phone. We have a Pixel 3 XL right here. You want to give it a shot? To the devs, man. I can see them doing something like that. You know, and there's a reason why, again, was it Jade that went over and talked to Kojima? Like, there's a reason why they're making these types of moves and these trips over here talking to these developers. Man, look, man, it's clear to me. You know, so when the day comes where I'm going to be sitting back like, yeah, man, with a damn drink in my hand or something like, we already talked about this months ago.
Hey.
Ain't new news.
There's a famous quote. Celebration.
Celebration.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
It's a celebration, bitch. No, let me stop.
That's right.
Yep.
So, wow. I mean, this game gets more. You know what? Let me drop this on you guys, and whoever wants to pick it up first can pick it up, and then we'll take some questions from the chat. People tell me that, you know, Baldur's Gate is not going to be the game that brings people over to Stadia. What do you guys think about that? So whoever wants to jump on that first.
I mean, look, understand, and again, this is gamer Chase coming out. This isn't business lens Chase, right? Mm-hmm. If you are over in the D&D forums, if you don't follow the anticipation that's behind this game, the excitement, and people, the first time in the last month and a half, about I don't know, this is big news, man. Get ready. You're gonna have to buckle in on this one.
Snip this.
People over there are saying, I don't know if I want to go buy a new rig just to play this game. I love it.
Here it is.
I don't have 3 racks to be dropping right now. and I can potentially go play this on Stadia. Now, mind you, I'm going to be very honest with everybody here. That's not the majority of the conversation. But I can tell you back in January and February, this conversation wasn't even happening. It's now starting because people are starting to wise up to, I really want to spend $3,000 for one game. Do I really want to spend $3,000? Or do I have it?
Yeah.
Or do I have it? Exactly. Project's right. Now I'm seeing it. What was maybe 0.1% I'm now seeing 15, 20, 25% of the population in those forums talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
You can't sit there and say it ain't going to bring people over. You can debate how many people it's going to bring over.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. You can't sit there and say it won't bring people over because the conversation's already starting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like ESO brought a nice, from what they're saying with the whole 1 million downloads and stuff like that. Just that the other day now. It seems like that brought people over. So yeah. I would definitely say it's safe to say that this could do the same thing.
I think anything as big as ESO and Baldur's Gate is going to bring people over. If it's a big, and that's the thing too, somebody said earlier, this isn't even a AAA game. You know, this brings people over. This brings people over to Stadia. People are going to talk about this. And I mean, it's going to be heavy.
Yeah.
here's the thing that drives me crazy, and I want to add my 2 cents to that, and then we could take questions from the chat before we close out. My thing is that why people can't absorb the fact that this is not your typical console release. This is not a console, really. It's a product, but it's not a console. It's a cloud gaming platform. Yep.
Yep.
And when you develop a console, you have a set amount of specs that you're designing for. You know what those specs are years in advance. Nothing changes until you create another piece of hardware. So it's easier for you to say, look, guys, Capcom, so on and so forth, this is what you can make. This is your cap room. Go ahead and, let's sign some deals. Stadia is different. People, Bill and Lloyd during StadiaCast said that as people were developing games, they started noticing that their games were performing better. They called Google and said, what the hell is going on? And Google said, oh, we just upped you to our 2.0 hardware. So then they went back to the drawing board and said, oh, this is the shit, so let me develop for this. And you're going to have that recyclical thing happen over and over again. So with that, it's not so easy to develop a first-party team to develop towards a spec, because there is no spec right now, no static spec. There is no static spec, and you're not going to get anything from them where they can master the platform at a first-party level for 5 years. They told you that. So it's going to be these second-party deals. But at the end of the day, you cannot use that same console rhetoric to describe the potential reach that this has. People just want to play great games, and they want to play great games at a way that makes it more easier and comfortable and affordable to them. So if I don't have to pay thousands of dollars to get a rig to play this type of game, and in order for me to get early access, I don't have to pay $30. All I pay is $10 a month. I'm sold. And there's so many people doing that. Like, how many people did you say, Chase, were watching this on IGN at one point in time?
Actually peaked, I think, at 20,000.
20,000 people.
It was 12 before, he said. 12.
It jumped up to 20,000 people. That's just IGN. People are at work and all that other stuff now. I get there are more and more people home, but people are at work. So that's just a slither of the pie. So again, my console warlords that fight that battle, get out of that mind state, okay? Please, because you're just making yourself look silly. Any other thoughts before we go to questions in the chat?
Nope.
Oh, here's another thing. Let me just point this out. So the Guerrilla Collective Showcase that was on GameSpot, they clipped the Baldur's Gate 3 full presentation from 5 days ago, MM.
Yeah.
Guess how many views that has right now?
How many?
Why don't you take a guess before, because I want to see if you're even close.
Can we all guess?
Yeah, guess.
Let me get a ballpark.
Nah.
Right, I'm not giving you a ballpark.
I'm going to get it around the head.
Okay, you go first, Storm, because I
1.4 million, man.
No, not that high.
Oh, okay. All right, I was about to say, I'm thinking worldwide, 1.4 mil. All right. Well, then, hey, let me change that then. Let's go 670K.
All right, I'll go 500K.
Damn. All right, well, you took mine. All right.
Damn landscape. Hold on. Damn
it. Might as well go 700K.
Which is
the final number. All were way too high.
Okay.
101,000. Still a high number.
Oh yeah. For an indie showcase, hell yeah. Which most people don't even know what the hell it is.
Right, but that was 5 days ago.
People, yeah.
So you gotta, that in itself, I think, speaks volumes. Now, what I'm trying to look at right now, I'm going to try to get this for you, MM. I'm going to try to see if they've got the gameplay presentation numbers, where I can try to give you what that was, the final number for you. Hold on. because it was being shown in a bunch of different places. I'm wondering if let's use the Twitch. Does anyone got the Twitch link?
Yeah, I'm actually in the Twitch link right now. You mean for what we're watching now, the D&D, or?
Yeah, hold on, Twitch Baldur's Gate.
I'm gonna do Twitch D&D. So, and I'm gonna put that in our chat right here. Hold on, if it'll let me. What? Okay, there it goes. Wouldn't let me put it in the chat, so I'm putting the Twitch D&D. There you go.
I'm trying to see if they've got the actual. No, don't have.
Oh man.
Okay, let me not use that because it's not. The numbers are all weird and skewed. Probably gonna give a wrong number. All right, so I thought I saw it was higher on the. I'm trying to see if GameSpot did one today. Hold on. Jesus.
Bless you.
Thank you. I can get A's. I don't have anything. They had one from that. Hold on. Did they hide it? Wow. They don't even have it on here where I can see it.
Hey,
it looks like maybe it might be still rendering. Okay, so IGN's, which is not the one that I was on, it hit its concurrent views. Go back over to it. The final number was 10,675.
Yeah, that's look. Again, for a game show that's airing on for a presentation airing on a Thursday during work hours, you're trying to tell me that this isn't going to move the needle? Like, stop it. Especially if we have the dynamics to where when they drop the PC specs, the recommended specs, and people look or realize, oh, you got to be in the 5th percentile in order to play this damn thing. Well, I'm out. But then they realize that they're back in for just $10 a month. And then on top of that, the possibility that just with that $10 a month, you can jip, even if you're in the 5%, you don't have to pay $60 or $30. Like, stop it.
Cold Blood said that 20K was even.
No, I'm gonna address that. So hold on. So when you start talking about concurrent viewers,
going on Cold Blood.
You're talking about active bullshit.
Yeah, stop it, Cold Blood.
So you gotta back up. Yeah, Second thing is this was being streamed on multiple channels.
Yes,
you had it on Twitch, you had it on IGN, you had it on the Summer of Game series, which is the Game Awards or whatever the heck the name of that. Bro, I can't even speak. The name of the actual thing that Jeff Keighley does, man. What is the Jeff Keighley, if you're listening, bro, you need to not name it Summer Games Fest and then not have its own dedicated channel, by the way. The Game Awards, my bad. That's what I was trying to say. So you also had it streaming over there. So you had split viewership. If you combine all of that together, Cold Blood, and you put that number together, come on, bro. Come on. We're splitting hairs here, man. We're splitting hairs. And listen, if this was and I'm trying to be fair, all right, because you don't see me or anybody else knocking when it's a PlayStation or Xbox or Nintendo event or this game or that game or whatever game it is. If that game you're watching that's being presented on YouTube only gets 30,000, because it was only 30,000 on YouTube, you rightfully would have a claim to say, well, wait a minute, hold on, bro, you're leaving out the whole picture. What about the other channel it was being streamed on? What about the fact it was over on Twitch? What about the fact it was over on Mixer? And I'd say, you know what? Fair enough. Fair play. Come on, guys. Like when we're talking about this stuff, and I'm just trying to be respectful here. I'm not trying to put you down, brother. But at the same time, you can't just look at one number when we throw something out. That's why I specifically said it was from the IGN live stream.
Yeah.
That's not accounting for the Summer Games Fest. That's not even accounting for the D&D live stream, which isn't even over yet. You're not going to be able to get those numbers until it's actually over.
Yeah.
Can't even give you those right now in real time.
Yeah, that's concurrent viewers, Cold Blood. Cold Blood likes to jump. He wants to prove that Stadia sucks. And I don't mind the rhetoric, but I think sometimes it's silly season to say, hey, this isn't what I'm into, so it sucks for everybody else. Everybody doesn't have to, this is not hopscotch, or this ain't, you know what I'm saying? Everybody doesn't have to jump the way that you jump. A world full of cold-blood senseis and nothing but cold-blood senseis would be boring to you, right? Like if everybody was like MM2K and all they did was scream and yell 24/7, I'd be like, shut the fuck up, you know what I'm saying? So you want diversity of thought, you want diversity of action, and the fact that there's a slither of gamers that would enjoy this, despite it being available on your platform or not, shouldn't mean anything to you, because it's not making your platform bad at all. I mean, again, to be part of Stadia, all it takes is $10 a month. Does that stop everybody from being able to enjoy PlayStation 2? No, it doesn't. So, yeah, I mean, it's just some food for thought. But is there any other questions or any other comments that you guys see in the chat?
Not that I know of.
Nah, not that I see, but I got these landscapers out here, so.
Oh, okay.
And you ain't never told a damn lie, bro. Doing the same stuff at my house, man.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Well, with that said, man, this was a very productive chat. This was a very productive show. And Cold Blood Sensei, for my brother Cold Blood Sensei, says, wow, that's even worse. We peaked at, I think, 38 concurrent viewers. And we got almost 400 playbacks. So that just shows, I mean, and again, this is a Stadia channel. You got PlayStation people that, that got way more followers than this channel that don't get that. There is anticipation. Doesn't take anything away from PlayStation or Xbox, but it does show that there's a lane for Stadia. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Chase. Go ahead.
Well, here's what people should do. Tomorrow, get up, go over to Twitch, pull the analytics from that live stream, pull the analytics from the D&D live, pull the analytics from IGN, and pull the analytics from the Game Awards. Put those numbers together. Mm-hmm. That's going to be your true sign of how many people paid attention to this thing.
And on top of that, check again like a month from now and see if that number grew.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Awesome. Well, I want to thank everybody that came out, man. Thank all of you guys. I love you. Even you too, Cold Blood Sensei. You know we love you, man. You try to come up with the rusty blade, and we gotta kick it out your hand and slap your ass over the railing like homie did on Baldur's Gate when he kicked the troll off the cliff. We got to slap your rusty blade out your hand and kick your ass off the cliff. But we love you, good brother. We got the Guinness, Cold Blood Sister, Happy Cloud Gamer. Who else we got in here? We got Projekt Storm, of course, Joseph Fresinger. No problem, Joseph. We wanted to make sure that you weren't misinformed because for your sake, because we don't, hey, I almost blew a gasket when I first found out I wasn't coming day, but it was something to keep our eyes on. We got Salazar Gamer, Charles Oran. Charles, Eddie's doing something for EA. I don't think I can make it because I think Broadband Bullies is doing something. I'm already slated there, but if we don't end up doing anything, I'll be there with Eddie. I don't know if Kai, Storm, or Chase is going to be there too. Bippity Bops in the house. Alakazam, Static Fox. Good point, Static Fox. I love your comment. Nice and fluffy. Who else we got in the house? We got Seven, homie Seven. I can see you in a minute. Ashes to Ashes, Trisurrector. We got Jairus, Low Land Prophet, and Nice and Fluffy. Okay, I think we got everybody. I wanted to make sure we got everybody. We got Mark, Black Cow, of course, the Stadia Kingdom, my homie. All right, I think we got everybody. Hey, I appreciate all of y'all for coming out. Definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you for the panel. This was all last minute. SSC Podcast, we'll be back, and I got some very special guests, y'all. Some very special guests. It's going to be a great show next week. With that said, you all have a wonderful gaming day. Peace.
Peace. Yeah.
All right, y'all.